It's Friday.
Happy Friday, guys.
Happy Friday, Dan.
Day
6
of the trip. When do we leave?
Sunday morning.
We're in Oxnard, California. We're in the DZRV, right outside of Cowboys training camp, where practice is. They're putting the chalk out on the field. Fans are filing in. Another big day.
Yeah, brick by brick.
As they prep for their preseason game number 1, which will be Sunday, which Blake informs me we will now be attending officially. It's a fish.
Goaded him at breakfast this morning. I'm like, buy the tickets now.
I'll bet you can walk up and get them cheaper.
I don't know, man.
We'll see.
It's a preseason game, man. No one's going to play.
We are on the top row. Like the worst seat in the house.
Really? For $50?
For $50. Now, like I told you, if you would rather see Seahawks and Chargers, I can get you 50-yard line first row for $6.
$6?
The cheapest ticket available was $6.
You're underrating the power of the Latino California living Cowboy fan.
It's strong.
It's very strong if yesterday was any evidence.
Walked through the mock game thing yesterday. Yeah, it was packed.
It was.
I was
quite the experience.
I mean, once again, I was a minority.
Mm-hmm. I know how it feels.
I mean, until you got past the gate.
Till I got past the gate. Anyway. It's a good time. We're having a good time. I've described it to my family as a fun beating.
Oh, you talked to him?
Oh, yeah. I hadn't talked to my family. My first call home was yesterday.
Since Sunday?
5 days in.
How you like that?
It's weird.
It's future you.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
I think it is.
No, it's not. I love it.
He's right. When the kids get older,
they don't care.
There's no need to call home.
But I want to call my wife.
Look at this guy. Loves his wife.
Loves his wife, guy. Let's get
I'm
you a bumper sticker.
I'm going to be a wife guy.
I miss you so much, baby.
Oh, man.
Maybe just the
All
bottom,
the guys are over.
the bottom part of the boob?
Just...
Yeah, I can't stand it. Why don't you guys fly out here so I can see you?
Oh, would you please?
Okay. Look.
I miss you so much.
All right. We're going to address this head on.
We can put it on my part of the credit card.
We're going to address this head on.
I'll pay your plane ticket.
I was told when I proposed that my family would come out here once we, late in the game, decided that we were going to go to Cowboys training camp at you guys' whims. And I believe the exact words were something from Dan like, dude, do it. That's great. This is not the ticket. Nobody's going to make fun of you. We get it.
He bought it.
He listened to me.
Gotcha.
What a moron. Why would he ever listen to what I said?
Oh, I hate you two so much. And I'm beginning to hate him too.
No, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. You can go to Disney. It'll be fine.
My initial plan was for you guys to come with me.
Yeah, that was never going to happen.
I think it was more of the beating of driving down there was not.
Well, what adult wants to go to Disney if they're not with their kid? Besides
Christy Scales.
Christy Scales.
A few people who live out here told me, they were like, look, I live in L.A. I've gone with my friends. It would be fun for you guys.
Oh, okay.
Like if we just had a show trip to Disney.
Maybe get a little shroom bar.
I was not going to say it because I knew I didn't have to.
Yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, that's our weekend preview.
Hey, by the way, who are you?
I'm Dan McDowell.
I'm Jay Kemp.
I'm Blake Jones.
If he's going to make us do it, then we're gonna do it every day.
So you said it's a fun beating.
Yeah, it's certainly a beating.
That's pretty accurate.
But I'm not like.
What about it is a beating?
I'm not upset that I'm just not just being out of the normal life. Like, you wouldn't rather sleep in your own bed and then be able to touch your own wife while you love.
Outside of that part, like, this is pretty sweet.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, though. Otherwise, it's kind of a beating. It's just things are a little off.
I get it for you.
I can't. I don't like not being in control of myself at all times, and I am at the whim of when someone else wants to drive somewhere, or when you guys want to leave, or not that I'm all, you know what I mean?
I do, but I have not gotten to that stage yet.
Well,
I feel great.
At base, we drove to California, staying in an Airbnb and doing the show from the RV.
Yeah,
but outside of that, it's been very good.
Those
but
things
even
are
the
great.
drive, it was fun, but it was a beating.
Yeah.
If I took a 3-hour flight, it would have been better.
You got P-Hub out here?
Again, though, it's fun.
Blake's like,
I'm trying not to. I'm not being negative at all. I am actually having a way better time than I anticipated.
You know when one way you'd have a better time? Hot tub.
You got in the hot tub?
Oh.
Rob did that this morning.
That was an interesting play.
We have a hot tub?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was in there for like an hour and 20 minutes.
Haven't been in the backyard.
It's quite nice. We're going to make s'mores next week. They left us a s'mores kit.
Of
Dude,
course they did.
that place has everything.
Yeah.
Like, I've always wanted to come out here with my family just to show them all, I've been going here for many years to talk about this and that, and that'd be kind of a cool little trip out. And I would stay in this particular Airbnb.
It's phenomenal.
It's great.
It's a great neighborhood.
I'm sorry about the couch, but the next 3 nights, I told Blake today I would wash the sheets so he can get in Papa's bed.
I'm going to stay in there.
There's 2 beds in there.
Yeah, but the other one's like a twin.
Tiny.
So if you want, I assume that's
That'd be better than the...
Are you in the solo bed, or is you and Rob have the solo beds?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, it's the same thing in Matt's bedroom. There's a tiny bed next to it.
Yeah, but bigger than the couch.
But I got to wash it because I've been, no, not what you're thinking. I've been snacking hard, boys.
In bed?
Yeah, like just watching Hard Knocks, watching Game of Thrones. Last night I was watching some stand-up, and I crushed an entire thing of hummus and like a whole bag of pita chips. And then it was time to go to sleep, and I'm like, man, I'm itching. I'm like, oh, it's all the cheese dust.
Gross, man.
all
I'm not
over
sleeping
these
in
pita
that.
chips that are clearly just coating the sheets now.
All right, I got a
Gross.
question about some house activities. Because I'm a big dishwasher.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I do a lot of that stuff. I like it.
We have a dishwasher.
I know, but I also like. I just
My
like
mom's like that.
the
I think it's because she grew up that way.
the soothing. I don't know. It's just like a routine. I like
Yeah.
to wash the dishes.
By hand.
Why are there baby bottles in the sink? Like, I thought the first day, somebody must have left this here from the last visit. And then the second day, there's like 2 more baby bottles in the sink.
Because
somebody is using baby bottles.
I didn't bring a shaker, and it's the only thing that we have that you can put a top on. So I'll put like Liquid IV, Athletic Greens, and like some pre-workout in there, and then you just put your finger over the top of it, and you can actually shake it well.
Why do you have a baby bottle?
But you don't have
No,
to.
they were there.
You don't have to drink out of the nipple.
I don't. I take it off.
Oh, okay. You're using a baby bottle which was in the house.
It's not a bottle. It's like a tumbler. But yes.
It's a toddler,
yeah.
not a baby.
Spill-proof.
No, I didn't
cup.
bring it.
Okay.
I didn't bring my thing, and stuff clumps up, so it worked out.
So
Mystery solved.
weekend preview. Might go visit our buddy Crypto Nick Black. Definitely going to the Rams game, the Cowboys game, I should say.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't taint the jury pool, but if there's odds on you not going to go visit Crypto Man, I would like to take the side that is not.
Well, you're the one who told me this
I know.
morning, dude, you shouldn't do that. If I were you, I would just...
Because it's at least an
Okay.
hour, 45-minute drive, right?
It's an hour drive.
All right, you're moving the line. That's not fair.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
But you were this morning imploring me not to, where, everybody else kind of seemed on board, except one, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But it is...
Because you're going to be in LA. You're going to have a long-ass day Sunday, dude.
Right.
You guys will be out there at tailgates and getting audio and find that guy with the luchador mask that was here yesterday. And it's going to be a long
Are there
day.
going to be tailgates at a preseason game 1?
1,000%.
You think?
Yes.
We need to get there early. You need to walk the stadium.
Yeah,
SoFi is awesome.
I'd rather get there early and leave early.
That's fine.
Like, do we need to be there at the final snap of this game to see Zeke snap it to whatever? Is that how they end every game now?
Okay,
I think so. Yeah, it's like I said, it's like the Landry Shuffle.
Yeah.
Can we at least stay until they take Trey Lance out?
Oh, of course.
I
I'd
wonder
like to
who
see
gets-
some Trey Lance.
I wonder who gets the QB1 runs.
I bet Trey Lance does.
Probably.
They're trying to give him every look they can.
Dear God.
By all accounts, that's not going well.
We can talk about that whenever you want.
Bad news, Waymo not in Inglewood. So we'll have to go into L.A. to take a Waymo.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I think they caught him at like a hotel.
Who?
Wingro.
we're doing some comedy that I don't get.
He's recycling yesterday's joke.
It crushed yesterday. So
Did you look at the comments?
One comment.
I got an email that says, "Dear Uncle Hotmail, just know this: if you decide to take a Waymo driverless car ride, while you are oohing and ahhing over this amazing revolutionary technology, know that there is some dude who looks like Monty eating a bag of Cheetos, drinking a Diet Coke, who is monitoring your so-called autonomous vehicle from a command center, and if and when the car fails to behave like it's supposed to, he takes it over using a joystick and drives it to your intended destination. This technology is nowhere near ready to be deployed at scale, but they want young, uninformed people to talk it up on social media and say how awesome it is so they can continue to get massive government funding for their pet project." From Jeff in River Oaks.
worked for Tesla.
Really?
Yeah, I mean the federal government, I don't know the numbers specifically, but have financed basically all of Elon's joyrides. SpaceX gets money from NASA, I think. That's what you want to do. And then you're like, hey, self-made.
Well, my point on this, I was just thinking, even if it's a guy using a joystick, that's pretty impressive to me. If
Yeah.
you could just be sitting somewhere,
Yeah,
there's still no driver in the car, and it's going to get me A to B.
very impressive. Also, this sounds like a very smart person that emailed you, but do they know about how like war works now?
With a joystick, right?
Yeah. A guy
Yeah.
in Kansas is in a bunker, and he probably does have Cheetos and a Diet Coke, or a Monster,
Well, I've seen some.
and he's just deleting villages at his.
You're a stand-up guy. Do you know what I'm thinking of? The
Yeah, it's somebody was talking about the Second Amendment. It might have been Neil Brennan, but like the whole idea behind the Second Amendment is initially it's nothing like the bastardized version of the way we think of it now. It's the idea that you would want to protect yourself from the incursions of your own government, right? Like, hey, they'll never be stronger with the people. So people are like, hey, I got to have my gun in case the government comes for me. Whereas, like, they could vaporize your neighborhood from space with, like, a Control-Alt-Option delete.
But he had it like People versus the Government Year 3. All right,
That was
line up this guy. He's got
Yeah.
AK-47 M16 on this side. Here's the U.S. government with a drone.
And
Okay,
it's just
go.
one guy.
And
no,
then
it was like 100 guys with
Okay,
AKs
yeah.
And it was just two.
versus 2 guys at a command center.
Yeah.
And
And they go live down to the field.
yes,
Yeah.
and they're interviewing the guys beforehand, and then they interview the command center guys. They're like, "Yeah, this is ridiculous.
You know what's
this is going to
crazy?
be over in 2 seconds," and it was.
Not to be like, political guy here, but the craziest part about it is the people that are the most fired up about the Second Amendment tend to also be the same people who are really fired up about dumping money into the defense budget.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, well, you're kind of gassing up
Yourself.
enemy.
yeah,
like,
you're hurting yourself.
yeah, I mean, that's what we spend most of the money on.
But you're going to Disneyland.
Disneyland.
We're going to the football game. And Saturday, I was kind of polling the guys. You want to go to Crypto Nick Black's place?
And I think you guys
See what
just
Crypto built and whatever.
Go to the beach,
Matt-
chillax.
I mean, Matt, why are you trying to now to just tell us what to do as well?
I'm looking out for you because
Okay.
I know who you are.
Well,
And
I think
know
you
that
shouldn't go to visit your family.
Well, you should have said that earlier.
Oh, no, I don't care. I want everybody to just be what they want to be and do what they want to do. But I was asking Rob. Like Matt, he's on board with whatever. Matt Grimm. Matt Grimm is our driver.
Excellent breakfast
On this trip.
Matt, Jake, Blake breakfast this morning.
Dude, he might be one of the greatest people I've ever met.
It's pretty sweet. He's in there trading stocks all day.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
I was thinking next year, like if this thing really takes off, I want to do this exact same thing to have him back. I
Yeah.
want him to drive.
Even if we
I
can
want him
afford a
to cook.
plane, I don't want to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
He's great. Or if we do fly, he's coming with us.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because
Now
we
we
need
perked up.
no, but we need a guy
plane.
to do the meal preps.
Yeah,
And,
no, my chicken thighs and
Last night was so clutch.
ground turkey have been quite nice.
like I can't believe how well he seasons the salmon. But Rob said he's out for tomorrow for sure.
Skydive?
Do you have a mic? Rob is our chief engineer. Can we just call you that? I don't know what to call you. He's Video Man. Video Man seems to me.
Do a little bit of everything. Yeah.
But why? I just want to see if Jake is surprised. Because when Rob told me why he might not go with us, I was not surprised at all.
Hit me.
I've booked 2 tours. One is full, and I'm on a waiting list. Hopefully I get on this one. It's a Channel Islands kayaking tour.
That's awesome. I heard about that.
It's 5 hours on a kayak.
I would love to do that.
Problem is the ferry tickets are sold out, so
I
I'm
s-
waiting for a ferry slot.
I looked at the ferry tickets
I'm all
as well.
sold out. Oh, we're live streaming today, by the way.
It's a different ferry.
Can't dump that.
But if that but if that's a no-go, I've booked back up a harbor kayak tour up in Santa Barbara.
I've done that.
Know where the sea otters are and
Yeah.
stuff and stuff.
No, wait. I did the one in Ventura.
Oh, okay.
So, like, whenever we're coming home and there's before we go left around that bend,
Yeah.
you can see the harbor there. There's a restaurant there. I went and did a 2-hour kayaking out there, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Last time we were here.
So 10 o'clock, and then I go have lunch and drink some brewery beer. That'll be my
that sounds
Saturday.
great.
Like, all right, are you really surprised? Because we've been,
No, not at all. If I were here, I'd be going with him.
but we've been going a million miles an hour. Been doing the show, prepping that.
Trying to get the players.
We've been very, very busy from the second we left. Sunday morning. And I thought your advice to me is, dude, just chill.
That's
Stay at
pretty
home,
cool, though. You don't have to
walk
drive.
around.
That's relaxing, though. I'm telling you.
Is it?
Yeah.
No way.
But Rob is just so on the go because he's going to bed later than anyone and he's getting up earlier than anyone, maybe with the exception of you.
Yeah,
No, I wait
haven't
for
beat
Rob
Jake.
every morning.
Yeah.
You
Jake
guys-
and I are up at the same time.
You guys both see each other when you get up?
Yeah, we have a moment.
Yeah. he rolls over, and I roll over at the same time.
You need a towel, bud?
But it just seems like no
It's our
one's
2 pillows.
like for as hard
there's
as
no
I think
doubt-
I'm
there's
going
no doubt about
for
that.
myself,
Yeah.
no one's going harder than Rob. He's driving out here 2 hours before we're doing it, setting up all the equipment, resetting it up if he didn't think it was perfect yesterday, and it's insane.
There's been times where I thought that I was too much, biggest fault of a perfectionist. But there's nobody here today, like unlike yesterday. And I'm like, Rob, you do not have to leave that early. He's like, just in case. I'm like, I guess, man. If that's
Hey, it worked out great. My parking lot friend, who I gave a T-shirt to yesterday, when I pulled in, he's waving at me. He's pointing me right to my spot. He helped
Oh,
me
so
move
you
the
like
car.
this spot now? This is now
This
our
is
spot.
the spot.
Okay.
Yeah, he's putting us here every day.
Yeah.
So we're good to go.
Excellent.
And there was a line when I pulled up. There was a pretty good line at 8 o'clock.
there
People
actually
coming
was a
in.
line of people
Yeah.
waiting to get in. There's just not that many people.
Yeah,
here,
we need a spot.
Oh, we want to throw McCarthy up or what?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Mike McCarthy is doing a press conference. And
it's-
although yesterday's pregame press conference
Sucked.
we thought sucked, maybe we'll try and pull it up here and just see what he's got. And if he's
Yeah.
got nothing.
He's probably got nothing.
I want to say one more thing
By
about
the way, he is in camp shape. It's been every year now.
he kind of looks good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't get close to him.
I was really close. And now we all know what happens by around the Thanksgiving game. Like to a lot of people.
Yeah,
But right now he looks good. Him and Zeke, best shape of their lives.
excellent. Well, no one's saying that about Zeke. And
No.
from what I hear, like yesterday, even during the game, he looked exhausted.
He was definitely exhausted. He
fumbled.
is skinnier. Dude, the fumble.
Well,
Do you want me to get into that?
yes.
Okay, so I went down to the field into the VIP area, which you can get into with media. I brought someone with me, who I would call my producer, and so we were really close to the field. I mean, you're feet away, which was cool because it was the Rams and the Cowboys doing full 11-on-11s. It wasn't just like you're watching one-on-ones or drills. And I was stunned because I've never really been down there on that side during practice. I've always been back where the media are. There are, I don't know, probably a dozen, maybe 15 guys in the crowd within earshot of me, so there were probably many more throughout the whole stands. And they yell like they're at a Pee Wee football game or a junior high football game. Or I suppose people do this in high school too. And maybe it makes more sense out here because you can definitely hear it as opposed to in high school. You know, I'd look up and my mom would be screaming, and I'm like, I can't hear you. Like, I'm on the field. But they will yell at them like, gotta have two hands on that thing, Zeke. 2 hands.
So they're yelling advice.
Take a lap. Take a lap. I swear to God, there was a guy yelling, take a lap. And they will yell at anybody. You know, there was a couple drops, and they'll yell at them. They're like, push-ups. Push-ups. Push-ups.
Watch the ball
Ferguson.
all the way in.
Jake Ferguson jumped off sides. I heard no, the snap count, Ferguson. I'm like, dude, this is real?
What if that guy didn't say that, and then he jumps off sides like in a big game in Week 10?
Right. And that guy's like, what could have been?
Right. But since he
opinion.
did yell that might kind of get embedded in there somewhere.
It's extremely
and
weird.
Jake Ferguson will hold his water.
And I will tell you, it wasn't just Cowboys fans, because there were a ton of Rams fans here yesterday. A ton. And they were pretty vocal too. Now, the weirdest thing that's happening out here right now, much to Dan's delight, is Trey Lance sucks so bad, but the fan base loves him. Or a certain sect of the fan base. Usually it's the backup quarterback who's the most famous guy in town. In this case, we have a guy who finished second in the MVP voting last year, and the third-string quarterback who has never shown a thing is like the most popular guy in the stands. Because when they put him in with the twos, 3 or 4 people I heard yelling things like, it's Trey time. Trey time. And a guy was like, that's the future. And he was like elbowing his son. He's like, this is the future right here. And then he's terrible, dude. Like, he can't compete like a basic quick flat route. I guess he can run, but in practice they don't really let the quarterback just straight take off too much. So if Dak has a lane, he'll almost always end up throwing it rather than tucking it. But, dude, he sucks. I'm sorry. It's not going to get better. And he's about to be up for a contract. But because he's like a physical freak, and somehow people have decided Dak sucks, possibly including his own owner, Trey Lance is very, very popular because Cooper Rush is boring. Until they get Trey Lance, and they're like, okay, Trey time.
I read an article this morning about the whole contract situation, and the guy was alleging that the Cowboys might actually, right now, because of what they've put themselves into now, they might be better off just letting Dak play out the year, because now you've killed the dead money for the future, and you've opened that up.
Yeah.
To be able to sign.
That makes sense.
The other guys, but the only problem with that is if Dak is perturbed enough that you allowed him to do that, to go ahead and let's just see what I can get as a free agent.
Yeah.
Because that might go $60 million a year, all guaranteed by some team.
Well, I don't think the 60 a year is in question at all. The percentage of guarantee, we'll have to see. But, yeah, I mean.
The same article was just talking about all 3 of the big contracts that we're looking at now. CeeDee, obviously, we'll talk a little bit about that. But the whole Micah thing is, even though it's just his 4th year, they can give him an extension now. They've already locked it up for the 5th year.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know that because they did it with Zeke.
But, like, you actually, in theory, this author didn't write that, but I was thinking it afterwards, you might want to get him done now. Because if you keep waiting and you wait 2 years for him, what's his price tag going to be?
30% more.
So why not get Micah done now? You've already found yourself in this situation with these other guys. The CeeDee situation to me is interesting, if we want to slide into that, just because obviously that was the big news coming out of after the game yesterday.
Yeah, nobody was really even talking about the reps against the Rams.
Was Jerry Jones said he's what was it? He just said no. He was asked, do you have a sense of urgency to get the CeeDee Lamb contract done?
Yeah.
He said no. Then he went on to just ramble a bit, but it was basically just no.
But wasn't the context, is there any urgency to get him done during the preseason? Wasn't
Yeah.
it taken a little out of context?
A little bit, yes.
Okay.
You
But-
still don't just say, I don't have any urgency to get it done.
Well, what's interesting is that I was interested in this. So, Dak, apparently, he had a press conference after the thing, like at the podium type thing.
Yeah,
No one asked him about that,
I know. I watched it.
which is shocking. That should almost be question one. And, if there's only someone in the media that would go have access to these things that could go ask a question. Oh, wait. I guess I could have. But I didn't know what Jerry had said.
Honestly, just as a sidebar, I feel like if we went and started asking questions that were actually questions like that might stir things up a little bit, I believe it would have an overall negative impact on our show. Because I think right now we just need them to be like, these guys are fine, they're cool, and not like really ask us what we're doing.
Yeah, we're
You know
trying
what I mean?
to fly under the radar.
Trying to
right
fly under the radar as much as we can here. And if
But
you-
I didn't know what Jerry had said. I imagine,
Yeah.
though, all the beat writers did.
Yeah, because, there's no video of it. It's not on DallasCowboys.com. It was the walk-off. It was an impromptu, it wasn't at the podium.
Are you talking about Jerry?
Yeah, Jerry's part. Dak
Yeah.
was a scheduled thing. Yeah.
But then
so
Dak,
did he know? Yeah, I don't know.
during the walk-off, Dak, so what these people do is they go have a press conference. There's public questions asked, and that you have to say your name and your affiliation. That's a TAD rule. And
That would be the reason for you to go ask a question.
just so I could Dan McDowell.
Yeah.
Dak. I'm Dan McDowell of the Dumb Zone.
A
Damn it.
subsidiary of No Puppet Production.
That's right. No, but so they'll do a press conference,
Which ends up on the website.
but then when they walk off the podium and start just slowly walking away to their room or wherever they're headed to next. All the beat writers will go walk right near them. And it's
really weird.
another little mini moving press conference.
Yes.
To where apparently you can get new other info there. And it's just maddening. So Dak, since nobody asked him about it, says, "Hey, I'm surprised you didn't bring this up, but I have a sense of urgency for CeeDee to get here."
Yeah.
So he scolded the media for not asking me this question, and no one asked him the question in his walk-off either. CeeDee Lamb, of course, led the league last year with 135 catches. Damn.
Yeah.
I was just looking at that again this morning I didn't realize it was that many.
Well, the coolest thing, if you pull up his list, I know you're going to go through him, his list of seasons, every single number has gone up
Every year?
every year.
So catches, yardage,
Touchdowns, long catch. I'm pretty sure yak,
finger sniffs.
finger snips, yes.
Yeah.
He was an all-pro last year. He's, PFF ranked him, I think, 4. Might have been Tyreek, Jet, and Jamar, maybe. But he's legit. And I'm not saying that last year, after his third season where he broke out a little bit, he would have taken a discount, but I can promise you it would have been cheaper than it is now.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what you do.
Because they waited for everybody else to sign. And
They could have done Dak. They could have done
he could
CeeDee.
probably be 30 a year. Now it's going to be 34, 35.
Yes. Yeah. And if they had done those things prior, they would be in a situation now where it wouldn't be a problem to try to do Dak.
Yeah,
So
so
that's a tough thing about it. I would still take the chalk, honestly, that 2 years from now, all 3 of these guys are still Cowboys. But my point is, if you pretty much know that's what you want and that's how it's going to play out anyways, why would you pick the worst path to get there?
right, and it just hurts the rest of your roster
Sure.
as there is an actual pie,
Yeah.
and you could spend more on that if you weren't.
But, we never really talked about this, but there's a guy who used to do, I think he was blogging the boys for a while, but Joey Ickes, Ickes?
I've seen his
I
name.
think that's
and-
how you say his name. He's a great Cowboys follow. He did a deal this summer, or maybe it was back in spring, breaking down the difference between being at or over the cap and cash spending. Because the salary cap, really, you can manipulate it. but you may be out of pocket more money from cash on hand at the time and not exactly know if that's going to provide a return. And for like the last 10 years, the Cowboys are one of the 5 cheapest teams in cash spending.
I think I saw that.
They're the
too,
most
yeah.
profitable entity in the whole world. But, they're also business owners. And to them, as he put it, they'd rather throw X million dollars at a new oil site that will provide them almost guaranteed return than they would part with cash on hand for players. So, I don't know. I mean, but it's a complete opposite approach of a team like Philadelphia. I've said this. If you ever want to just laugh, go look at Philadelphia's cap sheet and look at the cap hits of Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Saquon now. They're nothing. Lane Johnson, tiny. It's like Jalen Hurts is like 2% of their cap this season. Dak's like 20. 25.
Yeah.
They've not done a great job.
They got Hurts done a little early, right?
They did.
They got those guys done a little early.
They're very lucky.
Even though they had done that with Wentz and it blew up in their face. But
process, not results.
Yes. That's the thing.
Yep.
The Cowboys do not live like that.
Yep.
They live like, oh, if this didn't work, and then I'm going to do it the opposite the next way. And Jerry, in his opening camp press conference, stated the inconsistency in the way they do things like this is their consistency. And you have to hand it to him.
That's very
he's right.
Pointing at head.
Yeah,
black guy meme.
Like, oh, you say we do something different every year and we don't really have a plan? Well, that's got me where I am. That's where we are. Like, do you have a $5 billion franchise? I don't think you do. Man. I guess this is working. What do you think about something Jerry has said in the past, or at least in his way, intimated that they are happy, not happy, but they're comfortable waiting because CeeDee's backups can get more opportunities now to show what they can do, and
I love that.
He is shielded from a potential injury by not being at camp.
Yep. No, I love that's very backwards engineering logic. I love it. He just cares about – they both care about the team so much.
Anyway, you know what we never said here? If everybody knows this. When Jerry said no to the a bit out of context, do you have urgency to get him in camp? He said no. That was tweeted right away by John Machota. And within seconds, CeeDee Lamb himself quote tweeted it with an LOL.
No, it's great.
And then within seconds, everybody picks that up, and it's a huge thing, and it's all over the internet, and things are happening, and pets' heads are falling off. And as we look at the dominoes all falling, preseason game 1 tickets at the worst seat in the house are $50 each. And who cares about the Chargers, who are a local team? Nobody's caring about that. No one's paying $6 for the best seat.
Yeah. It's wild.
And this is how things this is the team you follow. This is the team you love.
Did you see the other controversy with CeeDee?
No.
Well, boys, he removed America's team from his Twitter bio. Safe to say he's gone.
Well, here's the thing about CeeDee and being
warn
gone.
Me?
The Cowboys actually, they have some leverage in that CeeDee can't, if he sits out a year,
he just doesn't get paid.
He doesn't get paid, and he doesn't accrue the 5th year, and they still own him. Like, they can just say,
I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
they can. The way the CBA is, you can now. He does. They don't have to. They can rescind their fines because this is his first contract. Because that's another thing in the CBA. Like,
the second ones are, if you're holding out for your third contract, they can't remove it. Which I think is what happened to Zach Martin.
They have to do they mandatory fine you, and they cannot at the end of the negotiation say, don't worry about that. Well, they have.
Yeah, what they can do though is just put $500,000 more on your contract, and it's all the same. But yes,
it would be under the cap then.
That's true.
Whereas a fine would
point.
not.
Yeah.
But yes, so this is maybe I'm sure some player has done this in the past, or at least threatened to do it. That I'll sit out and then I'll be a free agent. You can't. So now. the Cowboys would have to say we're fine not having 135 catches, 1,700 yards, 12 touchdowns. We somehow can replace that, which CeeDee knows they cannot. Now let's look back at Zeke's holdouts, where he's like, look, I just rushed for 1,300 yards. You certainly can't replace that, and they thought they couldn't either. So,
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean,
McCarthy's up now. You want to take a look?
let's see.
Let's just see if he's got anything.
Oh, man.
They get to go out in OTAs and, especially the way things are structured now, the 7-on-7s
this
and, so the
video of
perimeter guys
him
get to
is
show
deceiving.
what
He
they can
looks
do
very
there,
big.
have some success, and then you get into these practices.
Well, I'm
and
telling you,
I would
you
love
get
one of
used
those
to who
shirts,
you're
though.
practicing, with
I want a
and
long sleeve.
tendencies and so
With a
forth.
collar?
And then, maybe you have some.
That's
No.
not a good
level
look.
of success,
No,
but now
not the
to get-
collar. I
to
just
go
need a
against,
long sleeve
an
to
uncommon-
protect myself
uncommon
against this
opponent
hot
in a
sun.
competitive arena. So yeah, this is definitely.
They look
one
lightweight.
of the practices that I know I'll look at a lot at. 'cause
Honestly,
I wanna
like
see our
I have a
guys
buddy
compete against
who,
different
when
guys.
we go swimming, he's fairly fair skinned, and he wears like a long sleeve like fishing type shirt. And after the first time you see it, you don't even want to make fun of him. You're like, oh,
Is
yeah.
it like a wetsuit
Mike,
look?
just as a
Kinda.
coach, How do you
Yeah.
look
Hey,
at
Sod.
what you see from the Rams? Do you look at things that's like maybe these are some things that you might want to concepts you might want to take or something like that, or
I feel like
do
this
you
is
just kinda view
yesterday's.
it as one side versus the other?
Yeah, we're not. I mean, this isn't really for.
This is yesterday's.
Yeah, I don't view this practice as that.
This
I
is
think-
yesterday's. Well,
Whatever. Who cares?
although
it's Friday.
I wonder, did Sod just ask the exact same question he asked yesterday?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't.
Because
think
maybe
so.
it's a better follow-up question, but no.
Yeah, beforehand it'd be tough, but
Yeah.
no, I do think he looks thinner. You're just gonna have to get up close and personal to provide your assessment.
Okay, I'll see if I can get my arms around him.
I want to ride him.
I'll bet a lot of people do.
I want to hop up on his back and have him run me around the field like it's family day, which it was yesterday. Well, if it is, then he's answering the exact same question he was asked yesterday in the exact same way, which is possible.
Yeah.
Everything's a simulation. Don't you just want to hop up on his back?
I'll bet Jerry does.
Like I saw all those
I bet
kids out
Jerry
there playing
has.
around with NFL players yesterday, and I'm like, man, that'd be so cool.
Like, what's the game that Logan Roy made him play? Pigs on the floor? Or
Oh yeah, yeah.
do you think Jerry's ever made him do stuff like that?
Boar on the floor,
Boar on the floor.
possibly. I don't know if Jerry's ever made McCarthy do that, but I know Jerry has been involved in something very similar to that. Very Illuminati, lightly gay.
Like, Jerry has definitely just, with his money, paid people to do weird stuff.
That's not even a. There's 100%. 100%. I even saw a thread on Twitter last night of some lady who used to work
And they're doing all the little
at a
things,
bar, or
so
some maybe hung out at a bar in Plano, like Frisco area, and she was tweeting last night about how like it was not uncommon for Jerry to just like try to force his tongue down someone's throat
Oh, yeah.
when he was at the bar, and it's just like, oh, it's Jerry being Jerry.
That's Jerry.
He really has good understanding. I mean,
We think this is today's?
Two guys that love and respect them, and Cooper and Dak. I mean, they pour it out to them. So it's just really cool when your room operates at that level. So I just just like anything, you want to see one of your guys go have some success because he's definitely put the work in.
Not what I saw yesterday.
He said that yesterday?
Coach, you just
No,
said
I said
you
it-
feel
he's
like
talking
the
about Trey
running
Lance.
backs
I'm
are further ahead today than they were this time last year. As the running back room continues to kind of shape up, how do you see Rico Dowdle?
Yeah, I would say the running game is a little further ahead. If I said running backs, I meant the run game. But yeah, our running back room's a year older. Frankly, more experience. So
Can be
really
good,
love the
can be
young
bad.
guys. Rico is kind of picked up right where he left off. He runs so damn hard. I like his run style. The violence that he goes after.
All right, he's
with,
got nothing.
Yeah, I don't care about
very
it.
He's got nothing.
I'm glad you
Let's-
said it.
Let's move on. Did you guys see the Rangers were honored at the White House yesterday? And I thought you'd like to hear a little of this.
I always find it funny when it's baseball and hockey, because when it's a Democrat, right? Because if you're polling the Stars, maybe not the Stars, but definitely the Rangers, because I don't know how like the European thing shakes out as far as their view of American hockey or even Canadian. But when it's baseball players, that there's a guy on the Rangers who went to the gas pump and saw a picture of Joe Biden and it said, "I did this," and he was like, "Fuck yeah." Mm-hmm. I love that. I wish I would have come up with that, you know?
So you think baseball is not as on board with the Democrat?
Well, I think that, you know, as evidenced by the fact that 2 days after the assassination attempt on Trump, they had turned it into a celebration. Baseball players all over America holding their ear with their fist up.
Win,
so, yeah, I imagine that there are at least a handful of Rangers who were there at the White House yesterday who have yelled, "Let's go, Brandon."
Have you seen those celebrations?
We played one of them, I thought, or we at least talked about it.
Yeah.
It was
like
Bryce
Harper one of them?
No,
no,
but
he was doing a different thing.
But it was his team, I believe.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was. He just hit a double, looked at the dugout. Fight.
Yeah.
I do the Biden. I just kind of look around. It's really funny. Anyways, let me play you a few.
It's really funny.
Let me play you just like the first few minutes because Biden is doing a stand-up set.
Of course.
Okay. And, okay, well, let's just...
The President of the United States, accompanied by Texas Rangers Executive Vice President and General Manager Chris Young.
Is there an actual band? Because this sounds kind of cheesy.
It's a band.
There's a live band there.
Yeah, because
every time he walks out and does anything?
No, for this.
For these performative things?
Yeah.
It's taking a little longer to get there than they thought. They have to do a little extra.
Well, good afternoon.
Hey, old Joe. Good to hear from you.
And welcome to the 2023 World Champions. Right
He doesn't know their name.
I want to make it very clear. I saw him and I immediately made friends with him.
Why is that funny?
Ghost tour.
That's what I want to know. Why is that funny?
Yeah. Okay.
But certainly
you
he
didn't
has.
have him executed?
Do you feel like he's got his own people in the crowd because, like, who's yelling, "We love you, Joe"? That's no one with the Rangers.
Absolutely
who's doing
not.
that?
No.
Okay. I saw him and I immediately made friends with him.
Yeah, that's really Ghost Tour. Really made friends.
Look, to the team owners and executives,
God, he's not
these
gotten any
incredible
better.
players standing behind me, and to all the supporters and families, thank you for coming up. Thank you for being here. I really mean it. Please, have a seat if you have one.
Oh, God,
Dallas,
love
Fort
you.
Worth, the entire Metroplex. You're used to winning championships.
Not really.
Not really, man. This has been quite the
I
drought.
want the record to show I've got a little bit of an ability to say nice things because I married a Philly girl.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but I just, again, he's doing a stand-up set. And
I don't think he knows what he said either.
If he pauses, then I think that people will know. Maybe there's the applause sign.
Jeez,
An
man.
ability to say nice things because I married a Philly girl.
Not funny.
No,
Anyway,
also,
Philly fans are tough.
Anyways,
If
never
I
good
didn't-
in a stand-up set. Yeah. Also, got that storied rivalry between the Rangers and Phillies.
Oh, my gosh.
It's literally just the Eagles. Like, it doesn't...
Anyway, Philly fans are tough.
Nah.
And if I didn't root for the Phillies, I'd be sleeping alone. But
Don't
she
bullshit me.
understands
You haven't
this part
slept with the same bed as your wife in 25 years.
I would hope not.
That's
Don't you think the presidential bed has to be giant?
like Shaq's bed from Cribs.
Like they have a I haven't
It's huge,
seen that.
dude. And the thing is, the
So
lady he
bigger
was
than
married to was
California
like
King?
5'3". No, not only was it bigger than California King, it was like a circle.
Oh, wow.
But it was, dude, it was the size of the RV.
Okay, I need to see that.
It's great. But no, he's not. I mean, as established, I love my wife, but if I'm still sleeping in the same bed with her past like 60, then that's not good.
if I didn't root for the Phillies, I'd be sleeping alone. But she understands this part of the job. Anyway, from football to basketball to hockey to soccer, Many doubters wondered if baseball would ever join them. Well, to paraphrase Corey Seager, I guess we do know.
No.
Okay, so I
No.
guess he's saying what?
Football won a title, basketball, hockey.
Did the
soccer?
Burn win?
So I don't know. Maybe the sidekicks. What did
FC
Reiner
Dallas?
used to?
The sidekicks were dominant. Yeah, that was a fun.
Like in 1984 or something.
And you know what's weird about that is when he bungled the phrase, ironic right there, he leaned into "we do know," so he
Yeah.
clearly knows the thing, but he
Wow.
flipped it for no reason.
He's being told all of these things.
Yeah, he didn't write any of this.
Many doubters wondered if
these are
baseball
the
would ever
pros.
join them. Well,
Doubters.
to paraphrase Corey Seager, I guess we do know.
No, and also
Golly.
that's not what paraphrase means. Paraphrase means you take the phrase and make it shorter. He just said the same thing and just made one of the words opposite. You old
I
fool.
guess we do know.
Oh my God.
The American League West was as tough as it's ever been.
That can't be
Division
true. The
That's-
Mariners won like 115
Yeah.
games in the 15 years
Yeah,
ago.
that's not true.
American League West was as tough as it's ever been. The division races decided on the last day. Although you may not have clinched the division, you certainly got the last word in. After sweeping Tampa Bay and Baltimore, by the way, it's not Baltimore. My dad's from Baltimore. It's Baltimore, okay?
All right, so it's funny, too, because Trump will go off the card, but then he actually has, like, good bits. Like,
Something.
Sure.
whether
Yeah.
they're funny or whether
Right.
you believe in them, whatever, it's, you know. When he realizes, hey, wait, this word is triggering something in my head, I'm going to go off and do my windmill set now.
Yeah, I can.
Or I'm going to do my electricity dialing set.
Sharks.
He's like, he saw a word that triggered his, but he's got
Comedic
much,
drive.
much less of a.
Basically zero.
After sweeping Tampa Bay and Baltimore, by the way, it's not Baltimore. My dad's from Baltimore. It's Baltimore, okay? You got your revenge on the Houston Astros. And then you beat Arizona, become World Series champions. And you set some records along the way. Your standout pitcher, Nathan, where are you, Nathan?
There's no way you know his last name.
So that's going to be a theme here. He doesn't know the last names of anyone, but I think they wrote it to make it seem like he's
Personal.
knows them so well that
Right.
he only uses their first name.
Right.
Your standout pitcher, Nathan, where are you, Nathan?
Nate Dogg, where are you, big man?
By the way, I want to know who the hell Nathan's haberdasher is. I like his dress, man, I tell you. Looking good, Nathan. Major League record with 5 wins in a single postseason. Garcia, another Major League record.
Can I stop that real quick also?
Doesn't know his name.
I've heard that word, but
Haberdashery?
I don't think that's a common, like, that is so him telling the story about Corn Pop and the chain in the 50s when he had to, like, defend himself.
Does the word haberdashery, is
it
it
means
a
just
50s?
like clothier?
Okay, yeah.
Like, what do you, like, is he going to be like, oh, what'd you pay for those? In rupees? Trade some myrrh?
By the way, I want to know who the hell Nathan's haberdasher is. I like his dress, man, I tell you.
I'm a cool,
Haberdashers?
I
I'm
like
a
his
cool
dress,
cat, man. I like that. I like a haberdashery, man.
Looking good, Nathan.
Looking good. Why is he like
Major League
morphing
record.
into a southern black guy? Hey, looking good, brother.
Looking good, man.
Hey, man.
Major League record with 5 wins in a single postseason. Garcia, another Major League record.
Doesn't know his first name, or just
Not
looked
even
at
gonna
it and said,
try.
I'm not
not
gonna-
doing that one.
We'll just, I can definitely pronounce the second part.
Most RBIs in a single season.
It's RBI.
And then he said season.
In my job, I'm always looking for runs batted in. You know?
What did he say?
No one really even he didn't even get a courtesy laugh on that because no one knew what the hell he was saying.
I
Listen,
don't think he knows what he said either.
In my job, I'm always looking for runs batted in. You know?
want to break it down?
In my job, I'm also looking for runs batted
Always.
in.
Always looking for
Always.
runs batted in.
It just means like positive outcomes, like successes, like policy passing.
Do it again.
No.
In my job, I'm always looking for runs batted in. You know.
You know.
Oh my God, dude! I have never heard someone bomb this hard in my life. How did we run this guy out here for as long as we did?
In my job, I'm looking for runs batted in.
And you know, your manager Bruce earned 4 World Series as a coach.
Again, no last name.
No.
He's just taking the easier name. Yeah.
Also, he's called a
told
manager. What'd you tell him, Joe?
Told him he's going to need another finger, or else he got to put the 5th ring on his thumb.
No. Dude.
Holy hell!
Or else he got to put the 5th ring on his thumb. I mean, I don't know how you do that, man. You know?
Hey, man!
I don't know how you do that, man.
I told him.
God, please don't.
Told him he's going to need another finger, or else he got to put the 5th ring on.
See, hold on. They thought, okay, he's not funny. He's not told a funny joke yet, but I know when to laugh because he stops.
Yeah.
So they think he's done with the joke in the middle here, and then he just plows through because he's like, I'm not done with the joke. It's gonna you're gonna really laugh at the thumb thing.
I told him.
Like, listen right here.
Told him he's going to need another finger,
They laugh.
or else he got to put the 5th ring on his thumb. I mean, I don't know how you do that, man. You know?
They had already laughed. We're like, we already laughed at that joke.
3 seconds later, we're not laughing again.
We're not.
Yeah.
It's like
You didn't execute the beats.
Do you say bless you if your wife sneezes? Since you love her so
I guess
goddamn
sometimes.
much. I do,
Yeah.
and it's only because she will let me know if I don't,
Yeah.
and it's passive aggressively, whatever. So I'll just like, yes, I don't care about it at all. If I sneeze, I don't need to hear it. Fine. Like, if you sneeze, I don't think I'll say it to you. It doesn't matter.
I would be very taken aback if
Yeah.
you did.
But yes, if I've laughed already at a joke, so if she sneezes and I go bless you, and she sneezes again right away, I've already done it.
Yeah, it's kind of the
That's my
laughter
rule.
version of
Hit your quota.
if you're like in an office place, could be anywhere really that has like an elevator, and you're like, all right, see you, man, dap up, and then you like end up walking
Wait.
the same, and you're like,
Yeah. Damn it.
I'm not gonna do it again. So now I'm gonna act like I don't know you for the next 20 seconds. Yeah.
Or else he got to put the 5th ring on his thumb. I mean, I don't know how you do
bless.
that, man. You know?
Hey, man.
Anyway,
Hey.
as you know, we're
brother.
50 years since this franchise left Washington. You're back in the nation's capital as world champions, and you deserve it. From finding it hard to make the postseason to finally winning the first ever title, I think there's a word y'all embody.
Okay, what do you guys think?
Also, don't.
What's it
you
gonna
don't-
be?
Hold on. You don't say y'all.
So
He
now
doesn't say y'all.
I think he does now because he's now talking to some Texans. What word?
Grit.
I was gonna go grit.
Grit? Okay.
For finding it hard to make the postseason to finally winning the first ever title, I think there's a word y'all embody.
Here we go.
Resilience.
That's just a longer word for grit.
You're a hell of a resilient club, man.
Man.
And as you know,
Hey,
your
man.
GM.
He does love saying man.
Oh, y'all, yeah. That's his folksy.
You're a hell of a resilient club, man. And as you know, your GM Chris pulled out a pad of paper in San Diego.
Again, he doesn't say Chris Young.
You're a hell of a resilient club, man. And as you know, your GM Chris pulled out a pad of paper in San Diego and asked the Rangers staff if they believed you could win. It's clear if they didn't answer right, they were going to get fired. But anyway, the whole organization and all of you answered yes, and you meant it. You never gave up. You never gave up. And you kept the faith. And like your favorite band, Creed,
Okay.
All right, so an intern.
and
Someone in
like
public
your
affairs.
favorite band, Creed,
Hold on, pause it.
What's he gonna? What?
And
So
like
they
your-
never gave up.
Like your favorite band, Creed.
What's he leading to here?
You guys took it higher.
and like your favorite band, Creed, we took each other higher. And
Hit me up.
Yeah.
I knew it.
All right, that's enough of that.
Okay.
Took it to the high, man.
So congrats to the Rangers for getting to go to the White House.
How were people seriously going to have to vote for that guy? Me included.
Can we do a break, Rob? Let's do a break. Oh, now we need a second. Now we got, oh, God, give me a second.
Give me more Biden.
Guys,
He was on Facebook.
He's already thinking he's back there thinking about kayaking.
That's all he's doing.
Yeah.
He's messaging.
Hey, anybody coming to the kayak thing? Single?
All right, let's hear this one more time. The answer.
You never gave up. And you kept the faith. And like your favorite band, Creed, you took each other higher and higher. You really did. But let me close with this. Along with being champions of the world, you're the first and foremost champions in your community. The support you give the community. I mean this sincerely, it matters. It matters a lot. Local schools, feeding and educating children, it matters. Cultural centers, celebrating Latino history and Latino culture, which everybody ought to start learning more about.
What?
How did you tie that in?
I mean, I'm on board with learning
Well,
about...
like parenthetically, you know that 28 out of every high school student is Latino.
What?
Am I supposed to solve for X?
28
out of... Is this an equation? You're definitely missing one of the numbers or variables.
That's awesome.
Holy shit. That's great.
Okay, here we go.
The Dumb Zone.
Hey, Micah.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
Oh, let me check. Check the steps today. Ooh, barely 1,000.
What?
1,007.
You better get on that grind, boy.
No puppet.
Jake's just. Oh wait, 1263. It hadn't updated.
Oh,
Maybe
good.
that's my bathroom walk there. What do you got today? Blake has set the camp record thus far for steps with 17,000.
But Video Man
You didn't
pushed
get it? You never got it? Yeah, Video Man like walked to the beach,
Okay, you're up.
which is like
got
3 miles.
to 16,536.
Aw.
Gave up, huh?
Yeah, I just gave up. I passed out.
Jake probably beats this every day, but he doesn't have something that'll track it.
Jake likes to run in place.
What does that mean?
Well, you ran to the breakfast place.
Yeah, I've run every day. And this
Let's
morning
throw
I made
Fitbit
sure.
on.
This morning I made sure I went to the backyard, did my workout in the grass so that it would be soft and quiet, and Blake could get his slumber.
Ooh. Then the Apple thing.
Huh?
Do you-
Did you mess your phone call up?
The Apple thing says, so far you're taking fewer steps than you normally do.
Oh, no.
My average is 2,800 by this time. Like, this thing is yelling at me.
Dude,
This thing is up my ass about. Like,
saw
this
it.
whole week has been bad.
Yeah, the Whoop recovery scores are a problem too because, like I said, I've been eating late at night, and I'm getting up on Texas time, but I'm not always going to sleep on Texas time,
See, that's.
and that's the problem.
I'm
I get in
attempting to
bed, but I'm
stay-
like, I'm not. It's light, so it's
Right.
like, all right, well, then I end up with a trash recovery score, and what's worse than that, folks? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I mean, I need your recovery score.
Before we hop into the bulk of the things we just talked about, my one Olympic thing for the day is so the Americans came back and beat Serbia yesterday.
Yes.
They were down 15 in the third quarter, and then it was King and Chef Curry time.
Nice.
And there were some tweets, like, for example, this guy who has guy's got 29,000 followers. He works in Denver, so he's a big Nuggets guy. And he tweeted, Serbia just took the most talented team in the history of the planet to the wire with a medal on the line. Team USA was a 16-point favorite. The whole country should be proud. And he posted a picture of Jokic dunking. You know, he's a Jokic guy. He's a Nuggets guy. Well, Kevin Durant, noted online hater, be it burner account or his own account, at 5 a.m. Paris time, quote tweeted this with, "Where you from?" And then I saw this quote tweet I saw said, Kevin Durant waking up at 5 a.m. from one of the most beautiful cities on earth to hate tweet. A simply generational hater. We've never seen anything like this, and we never will again. And KD continued to battle people.
He's great.
Yeah. He wanted to go after, he said, to all you Nuggets fans, nobody gives a fuck who y'all lames believe is the best player in the league. Players got major respect for Yoke. We just don't worship him like y'all do, but we're in awe of his brilliance. Trolling y'all cornballs for rooting against us is a part of the game.
Cornball. Don't hear that one that often.
That's a term that you probably primarily hear in the black community.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How are the ratings for Olympics? Like, are they pretty good?
I have no idea.
Just headline reading, it seems like everybody's pleased. Seems good. Like better than the last Olympics. So that's the bar.
You know what it is?
What's
it's
that?
It's the D-O-double-G.
Oh, it could be.
No, because I'm a bit
For
of
$500,000 a day, you better, right? Did I play that game with you, Dan? I did, right? Did we do it on the show?
It may not have been on the show.
What was the game?
I already gave it away for you, but I was having these guys, after I read an article about Snoop's deal at the Olympics, guess at how much they thought he was getting per day on top of all expenses and travel paid. And I believe everyone guessed between 20 and 30K. It's 500 a day.
500 grand
a day.
Just to be at the Olympics all day long every day.
Do equestrian and watch fencing with Martha Stewart. Yeah, they're giving him. So I did the math, and it's about $8 million.
It's great.
Yeah.
But I'm a bit of a creep on my walk. Like, I'm interested in these houses, so I'll just take a peek inside. What are y'all doing? Eating? Huddled around the couch? Every other TV is on Olympics.
Yeah. It's an older neighborhood, too, so that probably makes sense.
Matt was stoked on it last night.
I was watching it every night when I was at home. But I watched it a little bit yesterday.
I would never turn it on at home.
I do like that bit, though. I'm with him. When I go run around my neighborhood, when I used to do it like in the evening, love to see
what are people watching?
What do you think they're watching?
What do you mean?
Fox News.
Oh, really? Is that what happened?
Your neighborhood?
Pretty much every house I run by, I'm like, hey, Tucker. Hey, Jesse.
My Olympic note is that the gold medal game is Saturday, and when Kobe played for the Lakers, he wore number 8.
I thought we might be able to beat this rap.
And you know he wore number 24.
Okay, so it's August.
And,
it's 24, but how are we going to
Why
get
did he
10?
switch to 24?
Yeah, just
was he trying to
he just wanted to change,
move past a sexual assault in Colorado?
I mean, you can't prove alleged. The whole thing was alleged.
Yep.
Anyway, and then he wore number 10 for the Olympic team. Tomorrow is 8-10-24.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to beat who for Kobe?
France.
Who we got?
Wemby.
Okay.
Kobe wore 10 because of Lionel Messi. I've never heard that before.
And I'm sure somebody else already had 8.
Probably.
Right? Because he would have just worn 8. Could he have? Unless he was on to 24 by then, and then, yeah. Anyway. Okay, let's get to Cowboys or Hard Knocks. Which one you want?
Dealer's choice. They're both ready.
Okay, let's do Hard Knocks real quick then.
Okay, so Hard Knocks this year, the Chicago Bears. Thought it was interesting, too, at the beginning. They previewed the season. So obviously, I don't know the numbers, but the Giants' off-season one was very interesting to me. I think all of us liked it.
Yeah.
It was better than some of the in-season ones they've done. Now they have off-season, but this year for in-season, it's the AFC North. So I guess because all teams are so close together, they think they can film it well, so you're going to have, your Baltimore, Cincy, Cleveland.
I want to say that's
Pittsburgh.
interesting, but I don't know if it is interesting. But I guess they're trying something different.
So obviously the story is Caleb Williams, and the story has been Caleb Williams basically since people figured out that he's not your everyday average quarterback, dating back to the loss to, I want to say, Utah, where he ran into the crowd and was hugging his mom and was in tears, and she was shielding him from the cameras. He's very different.
In fact, he won one of Antonio Brown's awards recently.
Did he?
Which one?
Was it one you can't say?
Yep.
Okay.
Of the day?
So it's not Cracker.
The opposite of Cracker of the day?
Yeah, the F-word slur of the day.
Okay.
Because he had a purse.
He does have a purse.
Paints his nails.
Paints his nails, wears bracelets.
But he doesn't have a, 4-year-old daughter who's doing it
to
him.
Now, he's also a machine. I'm all in on Caleb Williams.
Are you
Always have
really?
been. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he has a chance to be like Patrick Mahomes.
Really? Okay.
Generational.
Looks small. Looks small in the camp. It just doesn't. It doesn't look like. I don't know. What I think
of
is
him at 6'1". I bet Pat's not over 6'2" though.
Yeah.
I mean, when I see him,
Drew Brees-ish to me, and Drew Brees was pretty good. Was pretty good.
Yeah, he's bigger than your Russell Wilson, guys like that. But anyways, I think he's outstanding.
It's just such a weird dynamic with this position. When you're bringing someone in from the get-go saying you are everything. Mm-hmm. You are what we're all revolving around now. You were in college last year.
Which is not what happened with Mahomes.
No. It did happen with Jameis.
Yeah.
Remember? In fact, we were watching his rookie year.
Yeah.
Hard Knocks.
I was talking to TC about this yesterday, though, a big Bears fan. And one thing that makes me feel better is Caleb Williams did throw 1,300 passes in college, whereas Trey Lance threw about 300. So
they do say that is an important indicator back to the Achilles Smith
not
draft,
100%,
right?
but tends to be important.
Yeah.
Especially now with college offenses being very similar to NFL offenses. But I got to be honest, I haven't heard Caleb Williams talk that much, and I've definitely never heard him talk on the phone. So when the episode started, everybody knew that it was a foregone conclusion that they were taking him at 1-1. They made the moves to get there, blah, blah, blah.
But you still have to go through the performance of making the call.
Yeah, so they make the call, and it's clear they've already told him. But at first, I honestly, because they weren't showing the draft room when the audio started, I'm like, is he calling his son? Because Caleb Williams does not sound like an adult, and he dang sure does not sound like an NFL quarterback on the phone. Am I up?
Mm-hmm. My guy. What's happening? This is Coach Flus, man.
I know who you are.
That does not sound like that right there. I was like, I don't know.
Coach Flus?
He's going Flus.
Is that new with the new beard and the new hair?
Probably.
Wife going Flus, bruv.
I know who you are.
I know, buddy. Hey, this day's going to go down as an iconic day in Bears history, my friend. And we're going to turn this cycle on its head.
You ready?
You got it, man. I'm so excited. I'm super excited for you realize your dream of being the first pick in the NFL draft. That's so cool.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I'm more excited about our football team starting this process and achieving our next goal.
Yep.
And I'll see you tomorrow, brother.
See you tomorrow.
All right, this will fail.
Doesn't seem that far. Look, I believe in him, but I must admit that the piece of evidence I just entered into the court's consideration is not helping.
And not just that, it's just the whole, I don't know, man, it just seems so mission accomplished banner.
Dude, those receivers, though.
Just all this, yeah, he's got some skill around him, but.
Those receivers.
Remind me?
Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and Rome Odunze.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you got the vet, you got the rookie, you got the guy who you traded for in DJ Moore. Who's, I don't know. You're not going to get a better situation than that, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it just seems just so, hey, this
Cole Kmet, good tight end.
You'll be writing this down in the future. This is going to be the greatest day. Like, just wait, let's slow down. We're the Bears.
That is true.
They've never they threw one thing out there that I didn't realize. They've never had a 4,000-yard passer.
No, they have not. And
Wow.
No, and yeah, TC did this yesterday. And we're talking. He's like listening to it. They're like, they've had a couple franchise quarterbacks in there, and I'm like, are you talking about Jim McMahon and Rex Grossman? Because neither one of those were franchise quarterbacks. Those
Cutler was pretty good.
Okay, and I would say Cutler's better than both those guys, and Cutler was.
He was also traded, so
yeah.
You don't usually trade someone that you consider your franchise quarterback.
Second clip was kind of interesting because some months ago we had my friend, by proxy he's my brother's friend, Ryan Griffin, who was a quarterback in the NFL for a long time. He was a quarterback at Tulane, took over from my brother. I would say pound for pound might have been in the most interesting collection of quarterback rooms of anyone ever, between Drew Brees, Tom Brady, and Jameis Winston. As a backup, like that's who his starters were.
Mm-hmm.
He went to go play in Italy with his brother, who was playing over there. He told us about that, and he was like, "I'm going to go one more time."
Yeah, what stream is he on?
What do you mean?
Which stream?
I can't. What game? I
Yeah.
can't. Maybe the Bucks.
Okay, we only did like 4 of them last year.
Yeah.
So he's on one of our streams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that
he's-
makes sense. It would probably be the Bucks.
And he was telling us, I'm going to go over to Italy. My brother's playing there. They went 8-0 and lost in the playoffs.
He was in Italy when we talked to him, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about him because when Christy Scales was in here yesterday talking about, or maybe it was when we might have been out on the field talking to her. Remind me. But she was saying that she knew Eberflus
from way back.
Because he was like a
linebacker coach
a secondary coach here.
Are you sure?
I thought that's what she said.
Maybe.
And she was just saying he's a great guy and blah, blah, blah. And she got to know him. Like Ryan Griffin might end up being a head coach someday.
It's very possible.
What was Coach Flus's path?
I just closed it, but I'll pull it back up here. Obviously, we'll get to this, but he played at Toledo for Nick Saban. Toledo assistant coach. This is how it usually goes. Toledo assistant coach, Toledo GA, Toledo outside linebacker coach and recruiting, then just outside linebacker, then Toledo defensive back. So now we've gone 8 years, and he's done every position at a small school. Then Missouri, DC, then Cowboys linebackers, Browns linebackers, Cowboys linebackers in passing game, Indy defensive coordinator, Bears head coach 20 years after he got into coaching.
Okay, that's interesting because he never was at the – sometimes if you catch on, like, hey, I'm now coaching for McVay, and we went to the Super Bowl.
Like,
so I'm
why
going to
did he
go
just follow Saban?
Well, no, it's just like I'm going to pick off hot assistants from this year's good team. But you didn't really lay out any of that. There was no time.
Well, I don't know what happened with Mizzou. I'm pretty sure Mizzou was good during that time. If I'm
but then he
correctly.
still ends up taking like a position coach with the Cowboys. It's not like he got but off of being DC and Indy, he gets a head coach job. Whereas I don't know, was Indy that you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
If you're Shanahan's coordinator, you're probably going to be top in line to be a head coach at some point.
I mean, heck,
it used to happen with the Cowboys.
If you think
in the
of
90s.
Shanahan, Mike McDaniel was their run game. He wasn't even an offensive coordinator. He was a run game coordinator.
Yeah.
And got picked off for a head coaching job by Miami. But to your original point, it's very possible.
That Ryan Griffin would be a head coach.
He's an extremely brilliant football guy. I've never thought of him. He's not like a rah-rah guy necessarily, so I don't know if you have to be.
And that could be Joe's path to a coaching staff.
Yeah, maybe. But I did not.
That's how it works.
I hadn't checked up on him since we talked to him last, and he was hired sometime in February or March by the Bears, and he retired. And he's an assistant that works with the quarterbacks and receivers. So.
And if Caleb Williams turns out to be the next one, like you're saying,
that would help.
Yeah,
that would definitely help.
Because you get on with young Peyton Manning or something.
Yeah,
you're going to go somewhere.
But I didn't know this about his professional development when I was watching the show, and then I just heard this. It's Matt Eberflus's daughter talking to him. Coach Flus, as I call him, is wearing white pants and some really fancy shoes. And a shirt that kind of looks 70s-ish. It's like corduroy brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
and I haven't had that moment yet where I've been like, it's time for you to go back to work.
That's the wife.
So she hasn't gotten sick of me yet.
No,
She's saying.
no, not at all.
Wait, Dad.
Daughter.
Did you see that Ryan Griffin has the same outfit on as you?
Yeah, same exact. He's got white shoes, white pants.
They put the
Except he
picture
looks
up.
like a quarterback.
That's right. I look like a fullback.
So it was something small, but I was just like, Griff?
Yeah.
Like I just saw him on the screen, and then I saw him on the sideline with Caleb Williams, and
We were just talking the other day about who has white pants, and odd that these two people both have white pants.
they must have gone to their haberdashery.
Yes.
I texted him, and I'm like, hey, this is wild, man. I didn't know you were doing this, and I'm like, we'd love to get you back on the show sometime. And he's like, would love to. I'm really busy. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Kind of feel
camp.
like, yeah. I pulled this because while I think that the Bulls intro is cool, I also think that City's – I'm trying to think of a way to describe this.
I know what you're thinking.
Like the Rocky thing in Philadelphia, I like the Rocky song. I hate that, like, anytime you see Philadelphia, it's like it's kitschy to me. Like it loses its original effect when they do this.
Sound like an authoritative voice that I'm going to listen to.
No, and there was
like
a moment.
Dak does.
Here we go.
There was a moment too.
Yeah, let's go.
I
You guys
cut
ready?
it off from that
Very
clip.
Tyson.
But
Are you ready?
yeah, where he's on the sideline with one of the DBs, and I thought it was cool to see. There's a couple throws he makes in practice where there are guys on the sideline that are like genuinely blown away. They're like, how did he do that? Because he can do that. But there's also a moment where one of their DBs is on the sideline with him, and he's like, dude, this is your team. Like, speak up. Now is the time. Like, they're going to listen to you, so speak up.
See, that's interesting. Can you teach
I don't know.
leadership?
I don't know. Typically, I would say no.
But do you have to be a vocal leader?
No.
If you're really, really good?
No. That's the thing. This last one, I have the whole thing with Saban. I'm not going to play all of it. I'll play the beginning of it for you because I don't know. I mean, I could sit and listen to this guy talk about football to anybody for any amount of time. He was in there for about 5 minutes. Like Dan said, he coached Eberflus at Toledo, and he was there for practice. I do appreciate that he still just wears a crimson suit everywhere he goes. Like, dude, you're allowed to wear other clothes.
But that's all he's got.
Yeah.
Here's my theory on why NFL quarterbacks fail at such a dramatic rate. To me, expectations are a killer. This kid's got so much media, so much hype, so much expectation on doing well.
Pause it.
And he has to
See, that's why I'm saying, even when your head coach and your GM and everybody that brings you in is like, you're the next one. This day will go down in history. You're going to, like, that's really putting, you kind of almost need the head coach to be the governor against that. To be like, hey, you don't, I don't know.
Like Parcells?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean, I remember thinking this exact same thing with Jameis and whoever the Tampa Bay head coach was at the time, who was
Dirk Cutter.
short-lived. Yeah, but it was the same exact thing. Like, I'm giving you, you're the king.
Yeah.
It's whatever revolves around you. There was no like, hey, I'm trying to give you a little dose of reality. Like, obviously, I think you're good. But I've got to, let's play these roles here. Let me be coach and you be player, and let me just keep you grounded a little bit. And Saban, I'll bet, is perfect at this. Belichick is perfect at this.
doing well. And he has to develop so quickly to meet the expectations that everybody has for him, it's almost impossible.
Because there is a development phase to this. The first year is rookies, second year, and as the third year, they got it once they're in our system.
And I think that's the biggest thing you got to worry about with your quarterback. Right? Because the expectations are a killer. But yet, to use your word, Development is the key.
But let me pause it, too. There's also going to be a problem because I don't know that Eberflus feels really secure in his future.
No.
So does he have 3 years?
Probably not.
So is he going to be forcing things? Yeah.
The GM is relatively new. What, 2 years maybe?
Did the GM pick?
Okay, they came in together, so they must have. Yeah.
So they both picked the what's his name? The other quarterback that I can't think of
Justin
right now.
Fields?
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
No.
No, they would.
They
not.
were given him.
Yes. He
Okay,
was
so
2011,
now
then
maybe they
traded.
will both get 3 years to.
That's possible.
Like this is now my team. It's this is what I wanted. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So this next part, it's really weird because Hard Knocks, there's curse words. You know, like when Eberflus is in front of the team, there's curse words.
Mm-hmm.
But when Saban was talking, he said shit once and it dropped out, which I thought was weird. They won't. You're not going to hear the N word, but you will hear F words and whatever else. It's HBO, and it's always been that way.
Is it because he's an ESPN employee or something?
I don't know. It was weird.
I didn't note that.
There's a couple things in here that I think will jump out.
For him. You know, like Peyton Manning threw 28 interceptions when he was a rookie. It's the most in the history of ball.
Manning looks to throw 15.
By the way, a guy who definitely doesn't say football. He says ball. The most in the history of ball.
Manning looks to throw 15. There is no other ball.
There's something where
Put the nail on it.
But it didn't affect them. It's like the scoreboard. Scoreboard don't mean anything till the game.
Okay. You hear that?
Scoreboard doesn't mean anything?
Don't mean anything.
That's not what he said.
What?
Let's pay very close attention to here. I'm glad you guys have me on this wall. They edited him saying either a goddamn thing or fucking shit. Listen.
But it didn't affect them. It's like the scoreboard. Scoreboard don't mean anything till the game's over.
Okay, yeah. You can see it with his mouth?
Yeah, and I can hear it too.
Okay,
Yeah,
now that you pointed out.
Yeah.
It's a hard cut.
They just found another clip of him saying anything, possibly in this same sit-down with Coach Flus, and they just edited it in there.
And did the music change?
We can listen again. It's just it's such a it sounds like a Norm drop edit that Grooves would do, where it's like, stick your African.
Yeah, put the nail on it.
But it didn't affect them. It's like the scoreboard. Scoreboard don't mean anything till the game's over.
The music changes. Okay, so they put it together normally, and then someone came in at the end and said, "Hey, no, take that out."
Yeah.
And they just removed it.
Yeah, on a separate track. It's really, really weird.
Yeah, maybe Saban's like, I'll be a part of this, but I have to have editorial control over what is put out of me. Or Saban's people or something.
Anyways, I just thought it was weird, but I think this is going to be a fun season. You know, they got some interesting cats.
Yeah, no, it looks okay.
I'm excited for it.
And now that you tell me the end season is going to feature Jameis, at least 1/4 Jameis.
That's true.
The Browns. I'm looking forward to that. Let's do some viewer mail, then we'll get our cowboy audio of the day.
Oh yeah, wait a minute, Uncle Hotmail. Hey, Uncle Hotmail. Uncle Hotmail, look at
As a Friday,
Is there an email in your box for
we always have a lot of birthdays, and this week is no different. Let's see, I could do some non-birthdays. Let's see, back in parking, Flagstaff food place. I got a couple DZRV emails.
Okay.
Godfather Gash, will only those of you on the trip be voting on DZRV MVP, or will it be put to a subby vote?
Okay.
I'm sure Twitter or Instagram poll would receive some substantial subby engagement, or at least it could be like the presidential election where we all get to vote, but it doesn't matter at all because ultimately you guys will decide on your own.
Politics, baby.
Yeah, we'll put a poll out if you want.
Yeah, I don't care. Airboned Killer on Twitter says, Rob, not sure if y'all figured it out yet, but there's a set screw on the generator that you can adjust for higher elevation.
He's nodding yes.
All right.
That has been the only bad part of the trip. Driving without a generator.
Yes, because it cut off our broadcast, number one.
Yes.
And then it gets a little warm in here.
And then the AC dies.
Yes.
But more importantly,
think about all the room you guys are going to have. I'm going to be
Xbox.
I'm going to be.
I couldn't play NCAA.
Oh,
literally all he was
I had
concerned
to read
about.
a book.
So you'd rather
hell is
have
this?
no air conditioning but NCAA?
That's not even a question.
Than the other
Are
way
you
around?
serious?
Okay, because I'm back. I'm just sweating my balls off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I couldn't come back in the second half against Texas State.
No, it was never going to happen. They had hung 28 on you pretty easily in the first half.
We had some
Hey,
adjustments.
tonight we may do this on a stream, or not tonight, on Monday night, where I just do play-by-play on Blake playing his Nintendo.
Love that.
Okay.
I want you two to play.
Can we do that on a stream?
I think that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think of all the room you guys are going to have in here on the way back, though. I'm going to be crammed into a little airline seat.
Oh, now he's
He's trying to flip it.
trying to flip it. It's not going to work.
I got to try.
But we did try the dial. That didn't fix it. I think the generator was overheating on the trip. Like it would run for a while. And
What if we put an ice pack on
We
it?
were overheating.
Yeah, well,
That's a solutions man right there.
yeah. Or a fan.
Yeah.
I have one piece of mail.
Blow on it.
Are you still on the RV? You want to keep going?
No, go ahead. It's your show.
It's
Do whatever you want.
Email over there.
It's it's really nothing, but Jameson sent me this, and I was surprised he didn't send it to Blake. Now, this is not going to mean anything to Dan and Rob, as we learned on the day that I was gone, and Lawrence and Danny filled in, and he was telling us about his Lindsey Sterling concert. Why did he initially become interested in her music? Do you remember?
Some video game. It was the
Halo
background
menu
music.
screen.
Yeah.
I don't even really play Halo, but I knew it.
I think I'm going to try to play tonight.
Halo?
Yeah.
Well, Jameson made you a song.
Okay. This is familiar. Oh my gosh.
What are we dealing with here?
I'm torn. Halo is just like I mean, this is the theme, but instead of just singing, they're saying dumb zone.
Normally they're just like
Yeah.
monks just going,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And, I mean,
Hell yeah, we're in a warthog right now.
for me, this is, hey, we had a huge party last night, and I come out first so I can clean, and the TV is just still on this.
Oh, okay.
And it just, for 10 hours straight, you just hear,
Infamous blue menu screen.
So that's a gift for you.
Yeah, I love
Thank you, Jameson.
But see, Blake's not happy with it because it has bastardized the classic. It's like it's Beethoven's Fifth
You
or
don't
something.
remix it.
Back to my little emails. Speaking of Jameson, he sent an email, a birthday wish.
Okay.
Dear Uncle Meat Curtains.
Jeez.
Come on,
Sunday,
man.
August 11th is the 33rd birthday.
I don't need
Or
your fingerprints on my screen.
Is that me?
Yeah.
My bad.
the Jesus birthday of the one and only Caitlin Knobloch.
Wow.
I'm sure Jake is thrilled to know they share the same astrological sign.
Always did come off as a Leo to me.
Her leaders are Lawrence Rosales' retired crack pipe, Blake's MBR, and Drop Beth.
How is Beth doing?
How is Beth doing?
She's not reported.
I have
from
not been
yesterday.
sent a picture yet.
I feel like
That's all you care about?
I feel like asking her, but then
What if she's dead?
yeah, what if it's
Oh.
bad? I don't want to hear anything bad.
That's why you lay back.
That's your advice?
Yeah.
Okay.
And don't leave the house tomorrow, other than to go to the beach. Go get you some soup. You know you want some soup.
Yeah, I thought I should walk there. I just wanted to see what my steps would be if I walked down to that soup place. But I don't want to walk. Then I know I have to walk back.
Burn it off. They actually say that's one of the healthiest things you can do.
What?
Walk after eating.
Really?
Yeah.
What about sleep?
Yeah,
like
I was going to
that.
say, that's actually the worst thing you can do,
Oh.
and that's what I typically do.
But it feels so good. Caitlin would like you to know that lesbians can totally moose. They just have to do it one-handed. There has to be a moose knuckle joke in there somewhere I'm not clever enough to come up with.
So do they digitize each other doggy style?
They can.
Is that what that means? Is that why you have one hand free? I've never thought about that. But that has to be it, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Well, help me. Think through it with me. Why would you only have one hand?
Well, you're doing something with the other hand.
That's what I'm saying. And if the moose thing involves you being behind...
Is every sexual act between two ladies deal with a hand?
Well, I mean, there's obviously an instrument that could be used, but I suppose you could be holding that. The other option would, of course, be strapping in.
Which doesn't sound like she does.
Or the behind scissor.
How would that work?
I don't know.
I don't think it would.
I think we're all just brainstorming here.
Well, that one I'm throwing out immediately.
Well, let's not throw it out until we see it.
Quality control. Dan's
other foot fetish. No, you told me to think about it. So
I know.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Why is your computer moving?
It's Ray. Uncle Hotmail, my name is Craig Titsworth.
I think that's actually his name.
He says, I may have one of the greatest names in history. Saturday is my buddy Ryan Defense birthday.
Ryan Defense?
My buddy Ryan.
The 46?
Defense. You've never heard of the buddy Ryan Defense?
That's good.
I certainly have heard of the Bear Front, but
the 46.
That all flew way over my head. That's a good one.
Yeah.
My leaders are Bodie, Full Stop Jake, and Family Restroom Dan.
Hey, I appreciate that. Full stop.
Blake is awesome and makes the show better.
Thank you.
Don't read the comments, Blake.
I'm really trying not to.
My wife's maiden name was Pittman. She took my name. Before we were dating, she showed up in the Dallas Morning News for high school soccer as Titman. Me also being in high school at the same time, that's the moment I knew I needed to make my move.
Nice.
More Blake, more Julie from Craig Titsworth.
That's awesome. That's good for you, CT. So, to continue my reading the comments thing that we were going to do on the trip. Yeah. Well, for you, it's any day that, ends in Y. But I do want to say that the dates that we're here definitely did not have anything to do with the ticket. And, in fact, we were pretty sure they were not going to let us out here because they don't do this. We took the dates they gave us, which were the dates when everyone else was gone, not just the ticket.
Is someone alleging that we are not here because we wanted to wait till the ticket
I would
left?
have loved nothing more than to be here at the same time as them, to hang out.
Yeah, they're our
and
good
see
friends.
Them. That would have been awesome.
I want to eat sushi with Craig.
I know. We would have done
now
it.
I got to eat sushi with Blake.
You guys should go tonight.
You want to go?
Let's reward our little champion tonight with some lobster
Or do you want to go
dynamite.
to okay, that's right. Because I would do a seafood burrito again. I haven't
Nah,
had one
me
in
too.
48 hours.
Let's do sushi tomorrow.
We could.
Okay. Spencer's tonight, sushi tomorrow. What a weekend!
Halo, sushi,
NCAA tomorrow
sitting,
morning.
NFL game.
Gold medal game tomorrow. This is awesome.
Kayaking.
You lost
When's
it.
the gold medal game? Can we watch it?
Dude, if he ends up doing the 2 hour
I'm gonna
one,
be in bed.
You should go. I'm telling you, it's not hard. You can go at your own pace. You're just on the water. You get a view you're never going to get.
My pace is really slow.
It's not a race. It's just like a 2, or is it? Like,
What if I die?
Okay, well then do this.
Then that'd be his dream.
You should go at least do the hour rental
It's the
that I
Jake
did.
show.
Yeah.
The hour rental. Just
I
do
got
whatever
your
you
show.
want. You're just out in the water.
You're not getting him on a kayak.
It's not hard.
I like being on land.
Okay.
Yeah, that CrossFitter didn't die on land.
No, had he been on land, he'd be here today.
Yeah.
In the RV, perhaps.
Tio Fuhrer Mail Day Caliente. I want to wish my friend Dooley a day 186 DF a happy birthday. He is celebrating his Logan Verrett on the Rangers birthday.
Logan Verrett?
I don't know who that is. His leaders are political analyst Jake and Wire Will's Dad's Club. Please, more baby from Dan. From Mario Magana.
Baby.
All right, baby.
Oh, for sure, baby.
All right,
Oh
baby.
yeah, for sure, baby. Yeah.
Our good friend Garrett, who
I'll throw it back out here, baby.
Our good friend Garrett, who watches a lot of Olympics and then battles Blake on who's gayer for
God,
the.
he emails in a lot.
He alerted me to some audio because this time he was watching diving, and he's like, "Hey, check it at this minute mark last night during this competition. And
Are we allowed to?
Tell me what you hear." It's audio, right?
Just do it.
I think it's.
We keep getting flagged for Olympics.
Have we been flagged more than once?
No,
for
it was
Olympics?
just that day.
It's video.
Okay.
Okay. So see if anything jumps out here.
He's going to owe us money.
Yeah.
Can you
$2 whole
survive
dollars.
a 63-point dive in a contest against the Chinese divers? Jack Law, 4 Olympic medals, 2 individual springboard medals.
All right.
4th place.
So we got a diver from Great Britain up there. He's on the board.
Oh, and that just took Jack out of the medals. That's a big miss. You can tell it was a huge start. So much power.
They call it a shart?
I think she meant to say start, but she...
Huge? Why would it be a huge start?
I don't know.
What if they call a shart like a mess up on diving
Yeah.
a shart?
Jack out of the medals. That's a big miss. You can tell it was a huge start. So much power. He was going all in for this.
You got to go all in.
Yeah.
You know, once you get the shard in there, you're like, all right, time
What
to
are you
go.
learning? No?
I think it's a misspeak. But it was
Diving community doesn't know either.
anyways, shout out to Garrett.
Dear Daniel, day whatever DF number, who gives an S? Read my email and wish me a happy birthday because I pay your effing salary.
Yeah.
My leaders are the Wonder Woman creators Thruple and Jake's instant contradictions every time he responds to something. Quote, yeah, no. People are really picking on your cadence lately. Just little things you say. How do you respond to that?
Well, I mean, I think one of us has to be the guy out front, you know, that kind of takes the heat from the public. So it's like, I mean, LeBron does this where, look, I'll be the leader. And when things are going well, compliment my guys. When things are going poorly, blame me.
Okay.
Okay.
You take this upon you.
Yeah, no,
You
I mean,
want
because
this.
I know not everyone is fit for it.
Do you
but
feed
when you
off
know,
the,
you know.
the haters? It feels like it makes you stronger.
Really, I just wanted to make you guys stronger. I think that's my role, you know?
Did you see that video of LeBron where they're playing and in the arena over behind them or something, a diver had done something cool, the crowd's going crazy, and LeBron thought the crowd was cheering for him, and so he's sitting on the bench and he puts
he put his
puts the crown on.
That's so LeBron. You couldn't
Putting
make it up.
the crown on.
You couldn't make it up.
I will attempt to reverse moose my wife by putting the antlers on her as she goes down on me. The one time a year I get it. I'll pretend I'm stroking her hair.
But with your fingers all the way up and then
Please wish me a happy birthday or just tell me to F off.
Happy birthday.
No,
I will
happy
use
birthday, dude.
either one in the shower tonight from DFP.
Good luck, man.
Good luck, man. Happy birthday.
All right. Well, there's viewer mail for today. Want to get our Cowboys audio? We've lasted this long.
Yeah, baby.
And we don't have Cowboys audio, baby. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, who did we interview yesterday? We had a couple people. Actually, we're going to hold on to Bones, I believe, right?
We got some FaceTime with Bones. I love Bones.
Now, who is this guy, though? You said I'm after a certain guy.
Okay, so I think this will be pretty clear from the audio, but Tyron Billy-Johnson. Tyron Johnson. He's bounced around. He's 28. He's been on about 8 different practice squads. He was active with the Chargers for 2 years. He was active with the Jaguars for a year, the Raiders for a year, the Texans for a year. He's played, but he's bounced around a lot. The last year, 2 years, he was on practice squads, but he's actually making some plays out here. And part of that is because CeeDee is not here. So Jerry's right.
Yeah, I might have actually heard positivity about him right when I got out.
Yeah, there were. He's playing well, and it kind of looks like he has a good chance to make the team. But again, he's really getting looks because Cooks is not here, and you don't.
CeeDee is not here.
Or excuse me, CeeDee's not here, and past that, you pretty much just have Cooks and Tolbert as far as guys you definitely know you can count on. So I was talking to my brother on the way out here, and he said, "Hey, if you want to talk to Tyron, let me know." And I'm like, "Tyron who?" I had no idea. I'd seen Billy-Johnson. Like, I knew they had a receiver with a low number, 13, Billy-Johnson, but I did not. This is not an immediately clock for me. And I'm like, "Who are you talking about?" Tyron Smith? Like, he's gone. He said, "No, Tyron Billy-Johnson, the wideout that is getting a lot of, buzz out there with CeeDee not playing. He's from New Orleans." And my brother said that when he was playing at Tulane, part of the degree for a lot of places is like volunteer work. You have to clock some community hours, especially for private universities. And he was a football coach for youth 12-year-olds. And my brother was 21. The team was 12-year-olds. He said it's an 8-man tackle football league. And it had 2 NFL players and 4 other D1 players that didn't go to the NFL, and there were only 8 kids on the team.
Wow.
And he's like, I coached Tyron when he was 12. And he's seen him and talked to him in the last couple months. And so I was like, I'm going to see if I can find this guy. And much like with Micah, I thought there was about a 5% chance he would remember any of this. But let's see.
Do you happen to know a guy named Joe Kemp by any chance?
Yes, that's my guy.
That's my brother.
Yeah, no way.
Yes.
That's your blood brother.
Yes, he's 2 years younger than me. Played at Tulane.
Yeah, I got.
Okay, stop it real quick.
Well, let's hear it.
Okay, so
we were talking about this afterward, and Blake is a very good friend of mine. Dan's a very good friend. I told TC last night. I was like, you're my best friend, bud. I would never describe if someone's like, TC. I would never be like, that's my brother. Right?
Right.
I don't say that. If I say brother in a non-ironic sense, I mean that you are my sibling genetically and biologically, but black dudes say
you're white.
But black dudes say brother like, "Oh yeah."
So he had to
It's like it
different
could be,
like, "Hey, wait, you're
he's
actual
like, "Wait,
brother.
blood brother?"
Yeah.
Cuz brother could be a stand-in for partner, it could be a stand-in for cousin. None of which are actually used in the real sense. So you can see a moment where he's like, "Wait, like your real brother?"
Yeah.
And I thought that was funny. He's like, "Oh, shit."
Tulane hosted a youth impact program for all the kids in the city. And so the whole summertime, we played contact football the whole summer, and he was my coach. He was my coach and my school teacher. So every college student was assigned to a kid, and he had to coach him. We had to live with him. So I stayed in the dorm with him. So he was our teacher in the classroom, and then he was our coach, and then I had to go live in his dorm room.
How would you grade him out?
No, he's a great guy. Actually, we just talked on Instagram. I put a call him soon, but that's my guy for sure.
Yeah, he said, I can't remember what he told me. He said you're definitely making the team, so when you get back to New Orleans, 2901.
Yeah.
Is that a bar?
Yeah, oh yeah, we're going to hit the bar. Yeah, I got to celebrate. Yes,
He said there were like 2 NFL players on that 12-year-old team and maybe a few other D1s. Did you guys just run it?
It was a few of us. It's going to be me, Stanley Morgan,
yeah,
Carlos Henderson, a lot of elite college guys that didn't go pro, but really elite in college. Deshaun Caper-Smith.
Did you guys just beat everybody down? Like, was it
It was split up.
Okay.
So everybody had like at least 2 stars on their team.
Okay.
And they didn't let one
Parity.
team. Yeah. They didn't let one team stack up on all. Yeah. They didn't let one team stack up on the stars. So they was like, you got them, give me him, and everybody just kind of just split up.
Okay.
Pause it.
Well, so we do a
Why
show together.
are his pants cut like that?
Just wants it that way, I guess.
Okay. A lot of these guys, I'm surprised. Like even Micah, like they don't have knee pads.
The knee pad is essentially gone.
Yeah.
You might see a thigh pad. If you're not talking about a lineman, you're going to get a thigh pad at most.
Why is that? Is it just easier to move around, or
way
they just
easier?
Determined after a long time, like these aren't preventing injuries or anything?
I don't see how it doesn't prevent pain, man.
Yeah, like scraping on the ground or whatever.
Not even that is kind of just going to happen. And if you think about it in a game, they're not going to the ground much out here. So in a game, you're
Yeah.
going to have tights on,
Yeah, I guess
underneath
out
and,
here,
like socks all the way, and
They're
you're-
just grabbing you, and you're not really tackling.
Yeah. And what some guys do is they cut them and then they wear the leg sleeve in case they do go to the ground. But in his case,
To
he
get
has
the turf burn, like you said you got in high school.
Oh yeah, and I wear them now because in the event that somebody says like, "Hey, you have to work out on grass because you're going to wake me up," I don't want to get my knees all jacked up whenever I'm doing a lunge or something. So. But his look is definitely unique. He's the only one I saw with cut but one leg sleeve, like it's a shooting sleeve. But, hey, I mean, he remembered, and I was like, okay, cool, this is going well. And the other thing, too, unlike with, I guess, with Overshone, because he was the only guy, and Aubrey, because the PR guy was not lurking on Tyron Billy-Johnson. So I didn't feel like, oh, we got to rush through this as much as I did the other one. So it's like, all right, we got a couple minutes of setup here. Now let's get to our questions.
This is my friend Dan.
How you doing, Dan?
So we're going to do something we've done with a few other players. This is like debates or topics that come up on our show, and we're going to have you settle them. Things we disagree on.
Okay.
The first one is when it comes to parking, do you back in park ever, or are you always a front park guy?
It depends on if I'm running late or not. If I'm running late, probably I'll just pull in, but I would prefer to back in.
Okay, that's his move.
Yeah.
I find it selfish because everyone has to wait on you, but that's your call.
Yeah.
When you're at home, let's say you got to go number one. Do you ever sit down? Just relax?
No way.
Why not?
No way.
We're sit-down guys.
No way. I mean that's kind of weird.
It seems like it's for a woman, right?
Yeah. That's old man.
Look at us.
He's got a funny laugh.
You have a dog?
I have a dog, an English bulldog. Yep.
Okay, so let's say that.
Do you ever wash it?
I let somebody else do it.
Okay,
No,
but if you can't get to the groomer and let them bathe it, like sometimes I have a lab, she'll get in the mud and I gotta wash the dog. I'll get in the shower with the dog, but I leave my shorts.
He's already giving the side eye.
Yeah. No, I'm not showering.
It's weird that I leave them on.
I'm not showering with a dog.
Even with the trunks on?
It'd be more weird naked for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you're in there, I'll clean all of you.
It'd be more weird naked though.
Okay, sticking with that theme,
Do you think the dog would be too attracted to you if you were naked?
The dog would definitely be uncomfortable.
That's what I'm saying.
If you was naked, yeah, uncomfortable.
He doesn't need to see that. It's like your kids.
Uncomfortable dog for sure.
Sticking with this, do you ever take baths? Just relax. Maybe some Epsom salt or something.
I don't have time. Mostly showers.
Okay.
Because this guy will take a bath in a hotel.
I love a bath.
Like even the hotel.
That's weird. That's a weird guy.
Yeah.
You know Joe's my brother. How about an eye mask? Sleeping. You ever throw on complete darkness?
I tried it once.
You don't like it?
I couldn't go to sleep.
Okay.
So I ain't never tried again.
Okay, this one's a little bit controversial. Let's say that me or perhaps my brother, we're both big hip hop fans, we're listening to a certain song in the car by ourselves, right?
Kanye.
Are there any words in particular that you think that I should censor myself on, or should I just roll with it because I'm on my own?
I think you should play the clean version.
Okay, I play the dirty version, but just not say that part.
Yeah, that'll be respectful.
That's a nice meet in the middle.
Yeah, I like that.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I heard a couple stories. But
What does that mean? Personally?
No, I never saw nothing personally, but I heard a couple stories.
Enough to where you believe in it?
Yeah, I have to at this point.
I got one to throw in.
Okay.
We've debated about this before. If you have to date, two girls are there, right?
Yeah.
They're both really attractive.
So happy.
Same level of attractive.
Okay.
One, she used to be 600 pounds, but she lost the weight somehow, and she's now attractive. One was homeless for 2 years, but now she's on track. Which one do you date? You have to date one of them.
Probably the woman that lost 600 pounds. Because when you're homeless, you do a lot of stuff for money, and no telling what she done to get a sandwich.
Right.
I know she worked to lose weight.
I could come back. You know that it's in there, the 600 pounds. But I think I'm with you because my thought was you could take her to dinner. She might get in the trash just out of instinct.
Yeah,
like
might be.
You walk out back. And you also could be walking in a neighborhood. Maybe there are other homeless people there, and you're walking with her. She's beautiful. You're having a nice night, and she sees a guy, and she's like, "Jimmy,"
and they like,
he's like, they
his
have
ex.
like a dap up.
Yeah, yeah. I don't compete with a homeless guy.
He winks at you like, I know what you got, brother.
Would you ever go skydiving?
That's a good question. I like watching videos of it, but
This guy?
I can't find the coverage.
1,500 skydives.
No way.
Yeah, he was in the X Games.
No way.
What about hot air balloons?
Pause. No, it's okay. It's okay, Rob.
Hot air balloon.
We can just keep talking.
I did.
He doesn't know what the
parasailing,
X
so-
Games is. I said that like that
Same
was
thing.
What is that?
That's like
on the beach, right?
Yeah, it's the beach when you get on you get on the like a machine. They got like an air bubble at the top, and the boat drive, and you go all the way to the sky.
So it's like water skiing, but you're in the sky?
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah,
Dragged by the
yeah.
boat?
Yeah, you can drag by the boat, but you in the air though.
Okay, a couple more quick ones here. If we were to ask for stereotypical white foods, drinks, seasonings, no seasonings, I think we know that. Condiments, what would you say are stereotypical white people foods or drinks or condiments? I always say mayonnaise.
I like mayonnaise.
Okay, there you go. You're a bit of an outlier, we've learned.
I like mayonnaise, but it had to be casserole. Gotta be some type of casserole. Put everything, rice, every cheese, all that shit in one. That's just that for real, for sure.
Casserole. Okay,
Yeah.
so the last thing is you're new here. I don't know. Have you ever talked to Jerry?
I met Jerry my first day here.
Okay.
How was it?
It was intense. You know,
It is intense.
It was like when he met me, he was like, "I need you," and he was like, "You might think just a workout, but I want you to help me win the Super Bowl." I'm like, I'm just coming off the street, not signing no bad. He expect me to help you win the Super Bowl, so it was really intense, and it was meaningful to me because I never met an owner on the first day I signed with a team.
That's really cool.
Is it like inspirational?
It definitely it was. It definitely was. Like it was a lot of inspiration because I feel like he believed in me. So
They all
it
say
was
it.
big.
We saw him the other day, and he has an iPhone without a case. It makes me nervous.
Yeah.
No case?
I think he should get a case.
Of course, that's what I'm saying.
I think he should. Yeah.
So speaking of Jerry, do you think he's ever performed like a rap verse or made a rap music video?
Could he afford another one?
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Back to the rap.
Maybe.
Yeah. Do you think he's ever been in a rap video or anything?
I mean, it definitely would be the coolest thing to see.
Well, let's see.
So this is from I don't know, 8 years ago or so.
You might have to fast forward a little bit.
Oh, here we go.
Took care of that, bro.
Thank you.
No way. This gotta be
This is before AI.
This is before AI?
Yeah.
Why I never seen this? Where is this video?
Well, that's why I'm playing it for you now.
We need this. I need this video. No way. Where's that video? I never saw that video.
I'm trying to show it to as many guys on the team as I can.
We need that. That got to be the ESPN commercial break video for
I
sure.
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's good to meet you, man.
Yeah, nice to
good
meet
luck
you,
out there.
man.
Yeah. I'll tell Joe you said
Yeah,
hey.
tell him I said
Maybe I'll
hey.
see you sometime.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All
Thanks
right.
for your time, man. Thanks.
Good dude. Good dude.
So I've been thinking about this, my camp hypothetical that I came up with some time ago.
I remember where we were, the Ventura County Fair.
That's right.
I laughed for 2 hours straight as Gordon and Donovan and me and you debated every angle of it.
I feel like I need to recalibrate it, though, because the answer is clear. It's the woman who lost weight.
I don't know that that's true.
Really?
I think it's valid because, okay, here's the thing. If you end up with somebody who used to be 600 pounds and they had to grind so hard to be, as you say, this is a very attractive woman who's in shape, it might not be a problem for you because of your dietary discipline, but she's going to be side-eyeing everything you do. Like, there's not a day where you cannot work out. There's not a day where you cannot eat healthy. Because nobody gets to that point without being maniacal about it. Like, there is no cheat day with her. She's going to be up your ass. Whereas the other lady, even though she had to work really hard to get to where she is, off the streets, she's cleaned herself up, she's a professional, there's a little bit of the POW thing. Because even though she had to work to get there, she's going to be very grateful for anything for the rest of her life.
Okay, now you're changing my mind
I'm
again.
just saying you got to
I was just
consider all of
thinking
it.
A bit of it, like last night I was thinking, am I fat shaming and is this terrible? Certainly, it is.
That's pretty clear.
And is it sexist? I don't think it is sexist because I'd like to ask a lady the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, would you want a guy who looked like the Guinness guy on the motorcycle or whatever, or but that was homeless for a couple years? And I don't think she'd be too fired up about either one of those things.
No, I don't think so. The only, obviously, as Tyron pointed out, the other element of it is, I'm not saying it's unheard of for men to be forced into sex acts on the street, but it's certainly more common with females.
Right.
I mean, and I think for the purposes of this, we
But
have
if they
to say
were
like
good with that sex act, are they even on the street?
Well, I don't know.
You could do that good enough, you're never going to go homeless.
I think you have to also say she's clean. Because if she has AIDS or something, then I think this is a pretty obvious deal breaker. So the only
unless you're a bug chaser.
That's true. The only residual effects of her time on the street is that you don't really know, but you know. You're not going to get sick yourself, but there's going to be times when you're thinking like, dang. And you're going to at some point like kind of dip your toe in like idiots do when they want to know how many, the body count of their wife. You don't want to know. You're going to occasionally be like, so how bad was it?
Yeah.
And then she's going to look at you and be like, how much do you want to know?
Right. And you're like, then instantly you'll regret saying that because you'll think, gosh, if she can't instantly answer,
I know,
then it must be pretty bad.
It's something to consider, folks.
All right.
And then in our Monday show, you could find out whether or not Bones Fossil wanted to answer that question or not.
News?
Let's do it to it.
Here's Jake with the Dumb Zone News.
I'm going to start with just a quick piece of audio here. So we talked yesterday about how you hadn't really seen Trump in a minute. It was mostly J.D. Vance. You hadn't really seen Kamala too much until the rally the other night with Tim Walz. But probably right around the time that we were recording saying you hadn't really seen Trump much, he was doing a press conference, kind of unprompted a little bit. Well, I suppose not unprompted. The media was there, but it was not planned days and days and days in ahead. And there was one clip I had to play for you. The whole thing is hilarious, as they usually are. But he's asked, I think, how are you recovering from the assassination attempt? Which is wild, and I don't even want to get into the conspiracy thing in my mind because it's too crazy. But it is remarkable, like that you could see him a week later and there was no mark. And now it looks there's nothing. And it was.
Yeah, my mom ain't buying it.
It was 3 weeks ago, right?
Nor are members of her Pinochle Club.
No, I mean, I told you, my mom right away, I showed it to her, showed her all the stuff. She's like, that's not real. And, he had the bandage on for a week maybe, like through the convention, but there's not even like a residual thing on his ear. Like, it's just normal.
Yeah.
So he was asked how he's healing, and he said a couple things in here that I thought were hilarious on sports.
Yeah. Pretty much recovered, yeah. I'm a fast healer.
Okay, first of all, like, there's literally not anything that you can bring up that he's not going to brag that he's great at.
Better at it than probably most.
One of the greatest. This is going to be one of the greatest golf matches ever when he's with Bryson. This is the best golf course in the world. Was ranked number 1. We had the best economy. I did the best on the cognitive test.
We had H2O. We had the best numbers ever.
Yeah. I know more about the military than anybody. I'm a big guy, sir. They were crying in awe, and then this.
I'm a fast healer. It's a hell of a shot, but I'm a fast healer. Yeah, pretty much recovered. No, it didn't hit that.
So she asked, do you have any ear damage, hearing damage?
Okay.
No, it didn't hit that. I got very lucky. It just hit the lobe, as they call it.
As they call it.
Yeah, a little bit, not much. On top.
Yeah, the lobe, for you laymen.
the technical term.
It didn't hit his earlobe.
No, it didn't. But it's just he's so out of touch, as I'm sure most of them are, that he thinks he has to explain to us morons. Oh, man, I love the guy. Just absolutely love it. Okay, let's see. What do I have next for you? Let me get back to the right sheet here. Oh, this is a fun one. No guns at the State Fair of Texas this year.
That's not every year? It's
apparently not. Last year there was a shooting that injured 3 people.
And last year it was no minors without an adult, right?
Yeah, which was really kind of loosey-goosey because you could get in with your parents, chaperone or your parents, but then you didn't have to stay with them. You just had to be able to reach them if you needed them to come pick you up or you to come pick them up. You had to have communication.
Or you at least had to have someone that was 21.
Right.
So you didn't necessarily have to have a parent.
Yeah, it could just be a chaperone. So Yeah.
Wasn't that a thing where we wanted to make money last year? Go out there and offer $5
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you in.
There's business there.
So is that not a thing anymore? We've moved on to the guns?
No, that's still a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
The State Fair is a private, not-for-profit organization. It can prohibit firearms within the fairgrounds. This applies across the board.
Going.
Even people who practice constitutional carry, concealed carry, and open carry.
If I can't carry my gun, I'm not going. Because what if a bad guy with a gun does get in there?
I know. Trust me, if something happens, this will be the first thing that people talk about.
I'm a good guy.
Yeah, you're going to spring into action.
What if I can bring my knife?
No, you cannot bring your knife. Well, illegal knives.
Chinese throwing star?
Illegal knives, clubs, explosives, ammunition, and even replica or hoax weapons. So I know you had that pipe bomb fashioned for the Ferris wheel, but...
What about my... I just built a clock. It's in a
digital
briefcase. Yeah, it's just a clock.
Now, why is it counting towards 0?
It's just a weird Stableford time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's all these wires?
It's just, I mean, it's a home kit.
Okay.
I just made the clock. What?
I feel like if you play your cards right, you're going to get to meet Barack Obama.
Can we meet? How old is Clock Boy now? He's probably like 30.
Clock Boy. And it was 30.
He's got a startup.
Probably.
Series A. Now, was that racist?
No, he's just a kid that was really into making gadgets and experimenting. Why? What is his nationality? I have no idea.
I like to occasionally...
I just thought he was a kid that
occasionally
made a
I just like to ask people when they're talking, do you think that's racist?
Just out of the blue?
Yes. Yeah. Well, we've hinted on it yesterday whenever we were talking about space jizz, but I read up a lot more.
That's right, we were talking
on the astronauts.
See, and I talked to my wife yesterday. Say, what'd you do on the show today? And I'm like, I don't remember. Now I can.
Yeah.
If you see your wife, you'll see your wife tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about space jizz.
Yeah, I tend to forget until Blake does his masterful work on social media, and I'm like, damn, we did spend like 2 minutes on space jizz.
That's right. Okay.
So yeah, I didn't really know the whole deal, but it's apparently going to be decided next week. The problem is...
Wait, what is now?
How they're going to do this. So the Boeing Starliner, which is what they took up there...
These are the people stuck in space?
Yeah, man and a woman.
Okay, great.
And they're stuck at the International Space Station, and Boeing's like, dude, just try it. We think it's good. It's probably pretty good. But one of the thrusters failed.
Sorry, I haven't been able to use this in so long. Just a little space background music. Sorry.
I could tell how excited he got when he knew what this story was, and that's the only reason why. He doesn't really care about this story or anything I'm about to do.
I'm very worried about
He just wanted to play this.
Well, he spent 10 minutes making it.
So yeah, you gotta release it into the wild. So they were able to dock safely, Dan. But they still had a couple of thrusters down. All but one of the 28 thrusters seem okay now. But the fear that if too many, quote, conk out again, which seems like a weird word for the AP to use.
Technical term, yeah. It would conk.
The crew's safety could be jeopardized. Yeah, it sounds like that's like a word you say, like, he got conked on his noggin.
Yeah.
It's like,
what
aren't you with
that
NASA?
in a long time. Just like you guys hadn't heard footsie in a long time.
Yeah.
I haven't heard conk.
They say they need the thrusters at flight's end to keep the capsule in the right position for the critical deorbit burn. So, SpaceX is headed up there.
You have to say that separately.
SpaceX is headed up
you're
there.
You're saying SpaceX.
SpaceX is headed up there in February. And they could bring them back.
That's Elon.
Yes, but they're not able to just speed it up. Like, that's the schedule they're on.
So they're telling them right now,
you could go.
February is the next time.
Yeah. Because they're supposed to last 6 months. So I
wonder if that's a fun beating.
Next month, SpaceX is going up there, and they have an open dock, I guess.
Okay.
but SpaceX will not send anything up there for less than 6 months. So they're going to be there on their mission through the end of the year.
That's a non-starter for them.
That's a non-starter for Elon.
They can't negotiate that down. All right.
So they're like, these guys are going to get up there, and they're like, hey,
Hey,
we're your ride
cool,
home,
they're
but we were going to be here another 6 months.
Okay.
Or they could go with the Boeing Starliner. And like I said, Boeing, very on top of things of late, is like, hey, I think it's cool.
We're probably fine.
I think it's probably fine. And then, NASA's
So
like,
they have a
I don't
choice
know.
here?
Yes, they said the NASA will make a decision by next week. There are 2 Russians up there right now, and this has been a little bit blown out of proportion. It would suck to be stuck in space. I will give you that. There's 9 people up there.
Oh, I thought it was just 2.
They're the only 2 astronauts, which I assumed if you were.
So you're saying it's a good time up there?
No, but I would assume, like they say that there are 9 people on the crew. I'm just assuming if you're in space on a spaceship, even if you're not a driver, I don't know, aren't you an astronaut? Like, doesn't just going to space make you an astronaut?
Well, not every person on the fire truck or ambulance is a paramedic.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I think they are.
I think they are too.
Some get paid more because they are paramedics.
All right. Well, I'm just telling you, there's a bunch of people up there. I mean,
So are the paramedics the ones with, like, they got one arm and stuff?
Or maybe it's just on the fire truck. But
no, hold on. Nope, bang a T. Bang a T, because here's the thing. Not only he's looking to make a paraplegic joke, but
What?
paraplegics are not fucking amputees.
Well, what's the Paralympics?
Man.
I feel like the Paralympics guys don't have legs and stuff. I'm just thinking about our nation and these poor souls that are stuck up in space.
It means that the Paralympics are the parallel games to the Olympics.
Oh.
Now,
So how do you get your steps when you're up there?
You don't.
Yeah, they must be way out of shape.
No, but we're giving him way too much of a pass on
Just
this.
like Jake. Doesn't get any steps.
Did you think that paraplegic meant that you have had an amputation?
Yeah.
It means you can't use them. But they don't just cut them off. You ever seen somebody in a wheelchair? They have legs.
I thought they just had a blanket.
It was a bad joke and not even a correct joke.
It's a pretty good joke.
Anyways, they're stuck up there. Book them?
That'd be great.
Yeah. Blake's so beaten.
They have internet up there?
They have. Yeah, dude.
They're watching the Olympics and stuff.
You know what'd suck is if they got up there, though, and, like, HBO Max was blocked for your region. Like, how does it
Looks
end?
like you're on vacation.
Yeah.
You get that with YouTube TV.
I'm temporarily here.
Yeah. And then I did it last night at the house, and they're like, enjoy your trip. I'm like,
shut up.
Oh, it says that on there?
Well, don't.
It's
It's like the other day when I got 7 emails from companies wishing me happy birthday, and I would click on the email, like, what deals do they have in here? And it's like, nope, it just says happy birthday.
Shut up.
Thanks.
Yeah, where's the code? Where's your Papa code?
And our final story, I shouldn't have said final story because now he's going to be prepped. An Arlington woman says a man groped her while she was in the self-checkout at Walmart.
Wait, what happened?
An Arlington woman says a man groped her while she was in the self-checkout at a Walmart. The answer, Blake, is probably no.
Am I interested?
Yeah.
Well,
this happened back on July 30th.
End that sentence again. The first sentence.
Arlington?
Man groped her where?
Arlington.
In
at a Walmart.
Walmart.
At a self-checkout lane in a Walmart. So now, did that answer your question?
You don't think there's any baddies at Walmart?
But then why was she groped?
Well, we could get into that. So there are security cameras everywhere in Walmart.
Because you thought you can get away with it.
The suspect ran away. They have not. They don't have him in custody.
Did he flee?
He fled.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren Alexis says she was sexually assaulted while at a self-checkout counter. Walmart.
That's a hot name,
Can
though,
I
dude.
keep going on the whole
I think
Arlington?
she's Arlington Walmart hot.
It's the Arlington Walmart at 287 too. So it's not even like it's the.
There's something called Lauren Alexis TV. Is that her?
I doubt it. She says he smelled of alcohol like he had just drank something.
Yeah, Arlington 287
Yeah,
Walmart hot.
Okay.
Dudes, come on, man.
It's day 6, brother.
Yeah.
That's not. I mean, you guys are. That's like
You're too picky there.
That might be like a Boyd 6, but Arlington's a big city.
I bet she would understand what I'm going through right here with you being mean.
That is not an Arlington 6, man.
She would have laughed at your joke.
You guys
She would laughed at my joke.
Oh, Dad.
Shared a cigarette.
There's no doubt about that.
And if she smokes,
she pokes. Now, here's the thing. She says she was frustrated because her credit card was not being accepted.
Yeah.
That's when she says a man in line approached her.
Okay.
And he said, maybe I can help.
Lauren Alexis, according to her Instagram bio, professional and published full-time model, actress, and competitive hip-hop dancer.
That is not the same woman.
Looks a lot like her.
Model for what? Recovering from meth?
Being hot.
Lauren Alexis TV she does ASMR on YouTube.
All right. Well, I don't think this is her. Anyways, the guy said, maybe I can help.
150,000 subbies.
But she says, out of nowhere, the man groped her underneath her dress. Next thing I know, he had his hand up my thigh. She said it felt like he had done this before. Which, if you kind of unravel it, means he had a pretty soft touch. Kind of knew what he was doing a little bit.
You have to give him a little credit.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess I would just, if you're going to be a groper, maybe the guy's still in the minor leagues and he's trying to work his way up, but if you're going to catch a charge, I would recommend not risking it all at an Arlington.
Do you ever wonder how Nectar can
Walmart
offer such an
287.
No, we don't.
There's your news.
It's okay. I'm looking at Lauren Alexis TV.
Now I'm going to do it to both of you.
The Dumb Zone News. Like and subscribe.
Feel my wrath.
The Dumb Zone presents
so many spam emails.
History.
You get a lot of calls?
Beth says, hi, fellas. Surgery went fine yesterday. Up tops, gone as planned. So much drugs keeping me comfortable. I should be home this afternoon. So apparently you get the modifications later.
Would you trade the up tops for a bunch of drugs? Guess it depends.
Mm-mm.
I mean, you got rid of cancer, too.
Yeah.
Seems like a good deal. She defeated cancer.
Truly. Not like those losers.
I don't cheer for them. What are we doing now? Oh. Today is Friday, August 9th, guys.
Friday!
Made it to Friday.
It does not feel like Friday.
What are you doing? You're hopping a train or something and going to Disneyland?
Yeah, I think I'm going to Uber. It's going to cost me about $80 more than the train and the bus would, but it'll also save me about 2 hours. So, go see the kids.
Hey, do they have gummy delivery in California?
Probably. When I was in New York one time, before it was legal, they had that.
Before it was legal?
Yeah, like you know a guy and he's got a service.
Oh, wow.
You just bike over to your house. Or your apartment, whatever. It's a big city, I hear.
So, on this day in 1945, 3 days after the atomic bombing of Hiroshima...
Do you need juice?
I'm doing okay, but
okay. No, I'm full, so I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, I'll take it.
All right.
A little juice for you?
Jake has had some computer problems out here.
By the grace of God, it's come together by the showtime every day. Sorry, back to Japan.
3 days after Hiroshima, a U.S. B-29 Super Fortress, codenamed Boxcar, dropped a nuclear device codenamed Fat Man over Nagasaki, killing 74,000 people.
We were laughing this morning at the breakfast place. They have a bunch of like Americana type stuff on the wall. They've got a Rosie the Riveter painting and Marilyn Monroe, and some paintings of troops. And they had a painting of the front page of a national newspaper, I guess, or maybe it was the New York Times, whatever, from maybe it would have been August 11th, August 10th, August 12th, something like that. And the headline just says, Japan agrees to unconditional surrender. And I'm like, well, yeah. That's
if you're unconditionally trending, you're agreeing to everything.
Yeah, I think pretty much your country's gone. So, yeah.
So I just had an alert pop up on my wrist that I put in for today. This could be controversial. So I'm going to go to the grocery store or whatever store, and I'm going to buy my own shampoo. They do have shampoo in our... Do you have a shampoo in your shower?
Mm-hmm. It's just like the one that's in the dispenser on the...
Yeah, like they have a couple of dispensers.
But it's been throwing me off.
Shampoo and conditioner. I don't like to use other people's thing.
But there's two of them. One says conditioner, but there's nothing on the other one.
The other one's shampoo. That's
you
why
just have to assume.
Well,
I know,
it could be
but what
body
if I'm
wash.
assuming wrong? What if I'm putting body wash on my head?
There's a bar of soap in there. So
that's mine.
Well, I'm using it.
Let's just share everything while we're here.
How do you feel about that?
I don't love it.
I would not want someone else using my bar of soap.
I just assumed it was from the place.
Here's the worst part. He's a hairy dude.
And he's not using
a
washcloth.
And he's leaving hairs on the bars of soap. On the
well,
bar of soap.
What you saw was probably I shaved this down.
Yeah.
Because I had to get it out of this. I did do that for you. I came into this morning and I'm like, oh my God, my beard is like in the, it didn't drain. I did clean it up for these two.
The next day.
Yeah, well, I saw it this morning before he showered.
I hate this trip.
Anyway, I'm going to buy that and toilet paper. The one bad thing about this place is they do have thin toilet paper.
Ply?
Have you noticed that?
I think ours downstairs might be okay.
Oh, is it?
Because I had to go up to yours this morning, and I was like, yeah, Dan, there's no way Dan likes this.
Now he's in your bathroom.
Now he's using my
How do you like that?
Jeez.
How is it your toilet?
Because it's up there right next to my room. You have one right next to your room.
He was in there for a very long time. So I'm like, dude, I got to... You guys are so weird. Who cares if Matt's using it?
I know, but he's cool.
Do you have to use my bar of soap?
Well, if you leave it in the shower, yeah.
I leave it in the... Okay, I'm going to take it with me.
Okay.
Because I had in my shaving kit, I had one... It was a shampoo from a hotel... Oh, I think I stole it at the casino.
You guys need to stop stealing from hotels.
No, the little shampoo in a bathroom in a hotel, you're allowed to take that.
Fine. Are you using my soap too?
I use the shampoo to wash.
Okay.
I didn't...
Anyway, I'm going to buy shampoo and toilet paper today. And I'm sure Jake will run up and use it.
I might.
You might.
I'm going to lock that toilet paper.
I guess I just thought this was a family. But... Guess not.
On this day in 1969,
the bar soap doesn't need to be touching your balls and then my balls.
Why? Who cares?
You might as well just cut out the middleman.
I have no problem with that.
Just have sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've already made out.
I'll
with the
moose him.
toothbrush.
Right. You
Now,
made out. Yeah, you've been
now our wieners are touching.
heading toward that area anyway.
Let's just sleep in the same bed.
Maybe some of this magic I got will rub off on you down there.
On this day in 1969, actor Sharon Tate and others were found brutally slain.
Oh, no.
Cult leader Charles Manson and a group of his followers were convicted of the crime. On this day in 1999, the wife of actor William Shatner was found dead in their swimming pool.
That's no good. What happened?
The police said Shatner arrived at his home about 10 p.m. on a Monday night, found his wife unconscious in the swimming pool. He called 911, listened to the operator's instructions, and tried to perform CPR. And then, or do you think it was kind of like when someone's telling you to write something down and you're pretending, like, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to finish the CPR now.
Yeah. It's very
You're just
likely.
kind of sitting there looking at your watch.
Alcohol
I tried it.
I don't really... Oh, it's Valium. I was going to say diazepam. But yeah, she owed
He was 68. She was 40. That was his third marriage. He's a good dude, though. We had him on the show. On this day in the year 2000. Oh! Okay, this is the one. So I looked into this a little more today just to remember it. On this day, Michael Irvin was arrested on a Class B misdemeanor of possession of less than 2 ounces of marijuana. This is the one where they were going after some lady for dealing heroin or something. And so they busted in her apartment. And Michael Irvin is sitting on the couch naked.
Yeah.
And they searched the apartment and they found what. And Michael Irvin gave this quote to the press or the police or something. He said, "It's what you call a roach." So it was just the barely end. And I guess though, that's the Class B misdemeanor. At least at the time, was anything under 2 ounces, and 2 ounces is a lot.
I've always been a little thrown off by the.
Like, so even the tiniest little bit.
When they start to decriminalize the numbers they always turn in, I'm like, you sure about that? That's a pretty. It feels like a dealer amount.
Yeah. But 2 ounces sounds small. Like, oh,
yeah,
2 ounces. No, that's.
I don't even know the
2 big giant bags of pot.
Ounce game anymore.
OZ.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, bro.
Now, like Michael Irvin saying that, that's a thing that needed clarification. Most people. A lot of people don't know what a roach is.
Yes.
They all know what an earlobe is.
Yeah. As they say, the lobe.
Yeah.
But I think this is the one that might have got him knocked off of the NFL Network at the time. Or Fox Sports.
Fox Sports, yeah.
Yeah.
See the Cowboys trade?
What do you got for me?
Trading Nashawn Wright for Andrew Booth. It's a cornerback for cornerback swap with the Vikings.
Yeah, the Deshaun Wright thing was failed from day one.
Just because he's really tall?
No. Well, first of all, they drafted him because of Dan Quinn and the fact that he wanted really tall corners. But second of all, I've done this before, or maybe I've read other people that have done it. If you just went by the aggregate draft boards every year, like PFF and then all the other good ones, and then had a consensus board, it's like 90% right on who's going to turn out. When they drafted Deshaun Wright at the end of the third round, I think Dane Brugler had him listed as a 7th from The Athletic. The guy's never been on the field, practically.
Booth was a second-round pick.
He is very tall in person, though. Back to you.
So, second-round disappointment for third-round disappointment.
Yeah. They did this with...
they won.
Kelvin Joseph, Boss Man Fat.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. They traded him?
Oh, yeah. He's been gone.
Well, last year for the cornerback
right.
from Penn State whose name nobody can say.
Yeah.
But who did return the kick against the Giants in Week 1.
On this day in 2011, polygamous leader Warren Jeffs was sentenced in San Angelo, Texas to life in prison for sexually assaulting one of his child brides.
You think she was probably the only one.
Yeah. And then got the maximum 20-year punishment for a separate child sex conviction.
Dude, I don't know if you guys know about this. Like, it's primarily from TikTok and Instagram. It would take me way too long to try to explain the whole thing, and I'm not really the guy anyways. TC's all over this, but there were these there's a community of Mormon couples, probably about my age, maybe a little bit younger, obviously in Utah, and they're all really hot. And they're really into the internet. And there was one lady in particular her account got really big, and she would just post fun mom stuff. And here's my family, and we're the Mormon family. And she would try to, pimp products and stuff. This is a whole economy, right? You know about this, folks. So there were a couple of them, a couple different groups of them. And at one point, I can't remember the order in which things happening, but they would have what they called, like, it might have been like soft hookups or something, where like 5 couples would go to a house, a big house for the weekend, and they would swing and stop just short of sex. And you had to know who was with who. You couldn't hide anything. But you were not allowed to have sex. Until one woman, the biggest one, fame-wise, she actually did have sex with another husband and tried to hide it. And this blew up on TikTok and Instagram. She has hundreds of thousands of followers.
Were you allowed to have Clinton sex?
Where you just put a cigar in somebody, or oral?
Oral.
I think so.
Okay.
Well, then she tried to go all the way.
If you were pitching me.
And she didn't disclose it.
Oh,
so she didn't
double.
I know. So this became very public because she was mom, wife lady on Instagram, and this all came out.
Makes it so much hotter.
She lost the dad, I believe, got custody of the kids. This whole thing blew open.
Makes her hotter even.
Because now the woman whose husband had sex with her is now on her own social media account being like, this bitch.
Yeah.
Actually, she didn't say that because she's Mormon, but it was clear.
It's harlot.
Now, I say all this to say they have a reality show coming up on Hulu. It's
Let's do it.
8 Mormon women who are all very, very attractive, and they're going to show you their life of soft swinging, I think is what they call it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I love that they call it soft swinging.
Yeah, okay.
I'll be on that wall for you.
Yeah, that sounds good. On this day in 2014, Michael Brown Jr., a black 18-year-old, was shot to death by police following an altercation in Ferguson, Missouri. His death led to sometimes violent protests in Ferguson and other U.S. cities, spawning the national Black Lives Matter movement.
That was wild, man. Do you remember? You were probably asleep, but I remember staying up pretty much all night watching the city just burn to the ground on CNN. Never seen anything like it. Fights and gunshots and fire. It was wild.
But everything's cool now, though, right?
Yeah. No, it's cool. Hey, man.
Birthday. Birthdays, Deion Sanders is 57.
Wow. Darts only.
Prime.
Brett Hull is 60.
What was this thing? We can't go anymore because we've already gone.
Yeah, because like they was yelling, "Let's go," and he's like, "We don't have to go anymore because we already did it." I was like, "Yeah, it's true. Yeah, no more. Let's go." Other than to bed for you, Brett.
That was a great period of history when he was the GM of the Dallas Stars.
God, dude. He's on the golf course every day. Like Jim Nill's working an 80-hour week.
Dude, and from what I could tell, his main feature, his thing was, and it's also because like we were on a Stars trip once, and they would have 2 buses for the media. So they had the players' bus, and it leaves like 3 hours before the game. And then they had 2 buses, and maybe 2 because Brett Hull didn't want to go as early as the one bus. So one media bus left early with Heike and the serious people, and then the last media bus, like me, would leave late. And Hull was on that one. And he was very concerned that the music be on a classic rock station because it was like on hip-hop or something.
Yeah.
And he would have none of that.
That's his prep. He's not thinking about the game. He's like, where's Bob Seger?
Yeah, but if you know like Doug Armstrong or whoever else, you've seen other GMs like this who get real tense during these games and they're really on.
Not him.
No, he was so fun.
He's a vibes guy.
I think his job right before that,
Ambassador of Fun.
The title was Ambassador of Fun. He was hired by the Stars to like just be a guy who would hang out at the arena.
I kind of feel like that's Julie for us right now.
She's the ambassador
She's
of
our
fun.
ambassador of fun.
What was Christy's job? She was telling us.
Christy Scales?
Yeah.
Oh,
But her department was something to do with fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun and whatever.
We need a department of fun.
Yeah.
I got to be honest.
This is mundane.
If the position is open, Matt is in charge.
Yeah, remember you said that I needed to be in charge, but I don't have fun at anything.
That's true. You're not a candidate. And you're definitely not a candidate.
No. I don't want to have fun.
That's why you should stay home tomorrow. Go down to the beach.
Cliff Kingsbury, 45.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where
yes,
is he?
Sir. USC, I think, right?
Still?
No?
I think the most viewed tweet in Arizona Cardinals history.
F me, dude. DQ hired him. Remember?
No.
Yeah, he's in the division.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
And we were just talking about Kellen Moore. We forgot about Kellen Moore's in the division.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
He's the Eagles OC.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, he's the Reds or Washington?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
This is gonna be a wild year.
This is gonna be a big year, guys.
Yeah.
Former Maverick Derek Fisher is 50.
I mean, honestly, we're joking, but like it is really weird that the best running back in the game, whether you think he's worth the money or not, just was traded intra-division or signed intra-division.
It's giant.
I know.
I think he's great.
And then you got DQ moving from one team to another, same division. It's cool. NFC Beast?
Do we fear Philly this year just because
you fear Philly every year?
Well, they were like 10-1 last year, and then that was all fool's gold, right?
Yeah, but they're still a good team.
We'll talk about it Monday, maybe.
What if I don't want to?
I don't know. Then I guess we won't.
I'm going to go get a hot dog.
I don't really care that much.
Good hot dog. Yeah.
Former Cowboy Matt Moore is 40.
The Aussie punter?
No, he was backup quarterback.
Matt McBriar, damn it.
Matt Moore,
he was. They wondered if he'd be like the next Romo type thing.
I saw him. I paid a lot of money to go to Arrowhead.
Oh, yeah.
So I could see Matt Moore start against
That's
Aaron
right.
Rodgers and the Packers.
Former Ranger Mike Lamb is 49.
Boy, that's a name I haven't heard in years.
Pat, not Rick. Pat Mahomes is 54. The dad.
Yeah, he's got hot opinions.
Is he out?
Out of what?
Didn't go to jail for a DUI 2 months ago?
You don't go to prison for a DUI. It's not China.
Just
They
asking.
let you out the next day.
Just asking.
Is he out?
Kevin Mack is 62. Do you know who that is?
No.
You?
Oh, Browns?
He was a Browns running back.
Yeah. No, I did. Yeah.
Of
I
the dynasty years for me when they went to the AFC Championship game like 3 years in a row.
Next time you ask me a question, can I Google it and seem smart when I know
Oh,
the
I
answer?
didn't. He was Googling it? Okay.
Well, I saw running back, and then I did remember. It didn't say Browns, but once you said that, yeah, because that's a great football name. So I definitely remembered him. However, it's very rich of you to be like, oh, self-deprecating 3 conference championships appearances. What do I got?
What do you mean? You got Super Bowls.
I was 7. I was 8. I remember them. That doesn't count.
Okay, so you're saying
I'm at 30 years.
My Browns fandom has been more fruitful than your Cowboys fandom.
I think that's undeniable. Like I was 6, 7, and 8.
Because I was in high school.
Or 5, 6, and 8.
Yeah.
Or something like that. The last one I was either 9 or 10. But anyways, I'm almost
it keeps changing.
I'm almost at 30 years.
This story changes so often.
Well, what's funny
Just
about
like
this?
how old the Jerry Papa John's thing is.
He also was a Clemson running back. I didn't know that till this morning. But he was one of the backfield of Ernest Biner and Kevin Mack. They both rushed for over 1,000 yards one year.
Neat.
Jamarcus Russell is 39.
Man.
Do you think he was the next one?
I thought it'd be awesome.
He would throw like 80 yards from his knee.
Yeah.
I'm like, what if he could just do that in games? One season it came, he's on 2 feet. He looks.
Now he's all fat.
Yeah, that's a sad story.
Did he roll through all his money?
I think so.
Like, did he get in under the?
He got a fat signing
He got
bonus.
a huge deal.
Like the old.
Yeah.
Like, is he one of the reasons that
Yes.
they
Probably.
changed the whole rookie scale?
Yeah.
And then he burned through it all?
I'm pretty sure.
Anna Kendrick is 39.
I love her.
So I looked at her and I'm like, oh yeah, she's cute. She was in Hot Rod. She's not the girl in Hot Rod. Do you know who the girl in Hot Rod is?
Isla Fisher?
Do you feel like she looks just like her?
No.
Oh.
Is Isla Fisher Borat's wife?
Yes.
Okay, then I know her.
I thought they looked the same.
They just both have kind of reddish hair.
All right, sorry.
Anna Kendrick was Pitch Perfect.
I'm sorry, what?
Anna Kendrick was one of the main characters in Pitch Perfect.
What is Pitch Perfect?
It's the
Isn't that the one he was saying is better than Goodfellas or something? What was the debate we were having?
I'm done with today.
We're having a debate about something. Some movie in Pitch Perfect.
No, I was saying I Love You Man is better than Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, that's the
maybe
one
that's
we've been
it.
hitting.
Sorry.
But he also probably does think Pitch Perfect is better than
Goodfellas?
Goodfellas or The Godfather.
Wait, have you seen Goodfellas? Or am I going to kick your ass?
I wish you would. He needs it.
You want me to watch it tomorrow?
Yes. Want to watch it together? All right, I just got to win. So no, let's not watch it together.
You're going to be telling me about each scene. They actually filmed this and
You know, this shot where they walk into the back of the restaurant, that's all one shot, one camera.
Can we edit all of the Cowboy interviews like they did Nick Saban, where I just say, yeah, it was a commercial that they did 12 years ago, so you guys will shut the fuck up?
Why, did you just research it?
Yeah, because I'm not interested in what you guys are doing right now.
Oh, that was 5 minutes ago.
Man, he's so sensitive
Are you now I can't take criticism guy?
Now, I always have been, right?
No. Just in the past minute.
Just read us something that happened.
Gillian Anderson is 56.
She's pretty great. But I think I confuse her a lot with...
Anna Kendrick?
No, but it's the same type of deal. Julianne Moore.
Okay. Reddish hair.
Yeah, kind of palish, but attractive.
I don't like
Big fan.
Julianne Moore, man. Not a fan.
What?
She ruined Boogie Nights for me.
She was great in Boogie Nights. Everyone delivered a career-making performance. She just seems really creepy to me. I love it.
Hoda Kotb is 60. What do you think of that?
Not a fan, but I do know that she once tried to rename the University of Texas's mascot.
Oh, is she beefy?
Mm-hmm. I can probably find it.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that.
Yeah.
Bill
I bet you would.
Skarsgård is... What? What is this?
Pull me up.
Things got a little heated during a meeting of the mascots ahead of Tuesday's Sugar Bowl game in New Orleans. At a pregame photo op, the Texas Longhorns mascot Beefy suddenly broke through some barriers. He charged right at the Georgia Bulldog. Everybody scattered. The handlers had to pull the steer back.
Oh, man.
Beefy!
It'd be like naming a horse like glue or something. Like, isn't that what they make you do with dead horses?
Yeah.
Beefy.
Bill Skarsgård is 34. He is the clown in It.
Are they all related? They have to be, or is that just like a common name over there? They're all related?
I don't know, man.
Like Alexander? You know.
No, I know who you're referring to. The guy that was on Succession, right?
Yes, and Generation Kill, and Vampire Show.
Sam Elliott is 80.
Roadhouse.
Dude, he's awesome.
He is. I hope he's doing all right.
You know what you should do this weekend and come back with a report?
I thought I was supposed to do nothing.
Watch The Big Lebowski.
Oh, interesting.
You're in California.
Is it filmed in California?
Yeah.
Did I just say something weird?
It's an LA-based thing, and Sam Elliott's in it.
All right, I'll get on that. Ken Norton Sr. Oh, wait. These are Born on This Day Now Dead.
What?
I was just so quick to try and be a smartass to you. I missed that.
Oh, man.
I gotta go to the bathroom, guys.
I kind of do, too. We've been going almost 3 hours.
Ken Norton Sr., Born on This Day Now Dead.
Didn't he used to do the, like, punch in the goalpost thing, or was that only junior? Because he was a boxer, right?
He was the boxer, yes.
He didn't play ball at all?
No, I think he did, but I'm not actually. Right now, I have zero idea.
Okay,
about
I knew he was a
anything
boxer,
I'm
but I
saying.
also didn't know if he also played football at some point. But I used to remember Ken Norton Jr. doing the shadow
Did he do that
boxing.
because of his dad?
I think so, and I thought that was awesome.
Like, was his dad a cowboy and then went boxing and then became a cowboy again?
I don't know.
No one really knows.
No, I don't think so. No.
Whitney Houston, Born on This Day Now Dead.
No football for a senior.
Okay, he was just a boxer?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he was a football player in high school, but I don't think he ever played professionally.
He boxed Muhammad Ali, right?
I think so, yeah. What was the last one you just did?
Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston.
Fetching. Remember that story? Because she was so addicted to pills, which I guess I didn't know this probably until her story, because I was never a pill guy, that if you take enough pills, pain pills and stuff like that, you get really constipated and you can't get the doo-doo out. So Bobby would, like, literally go, physically open her anus up and try to get the poop out. Is that so shocking that you killed the bed, or?
No, the bed ran out.
Oh, maybe that means we're done.
Yeah, maybe. Here, let me just jump up ahead.
Would
here.
you do that for me?
No.
Fetch?
No matter what.
Would you?
Even if, like, you were about to die.
I bet Matt would.
I'll bet he would. He's awesome.
I'd do it for either one of you.
No.
Even if you weren't constipated.
No, thank you.
And Hot Rod Williams.
Was he on the Hawks or was he?
He's on the Mavs. He started as a Cav.
Nets, maybe.
And Tulane.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
He was a Cav and a Mav.
This is what I'm gonna use.
Yeah.
I'll fetch with this. Bend over, Blake.
He was also the guy that would not squeeze my wacky horn when I went to the locker room with Mike Reiner once after a Mavs game. Now he's dead.
He Trayvon'd you?
Dead on the stay still dead.
Trayvon does not want to talk to anyone.
We gave it a try.
Yeah, and he just not a word, not a no, just a
Yeah. Died on the stay still dead. We have Frank Gifford. We have Jerry Garcia. And we have Bernie Mac. Were you a Bernie Mac guy?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for me,
I thought I knew that.
I mean, the Kings of Comedy, the one that they did with D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and Bernie Mac is, to me, like the funniest thing ever committed to video.
I think I need to do some Steve Harvey stand-up.
Dude.
Because he's awesome on
Family Feud.
Family Feud.
He's the best.
Like, he's hilarious.
He's like the MC. So the way they do it is he's the first one out there, and he does maybe 15, and then everybody else gets a 30, 40-minute set. But in between each one, Steve Harvey does 15 because he's the most, like, hostish of them, you know?
Yeah.
But Bernie Mac absolutely killed that. His show was funny, too.
Now he's dead.
Now he... I
Now
prefer
he's
my
dead.
comedians who don't die.
And that was Today in History.
You guys going to be nice to me now?
Yeah, man. I think we're going to have a great...
Why are you so soft now?
I wish you a great weekend.
Okay,
I'm
the
happy you
Cowboy
get to
video
see your
came out
kids.
12 years ago. If anybody else has some great bits they want to bring to the table, now's the time.
Well, we don't have that. All right.
Adios, mofo.
We gotta go before this becomes a zoo.
Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe and type for my name if you want to watch more of my videos.
When I'm at Cowboys Stadium or sitting at home and I hear Papa John's Pizza for Jerry Jones, yo, it lights me up like a Roman candle with toppings and flavor almost too good to handle. Cowboys, 5 stars, what I get. It's like a Papa John's Pepsi, double threat. Get a Papa John's large with up to 5 toppings and a 2-liter Pepsi. People are swapping, cause there's no better value. Yo, catch my ride. Cowboys 5-star combo for $10.99.